Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut of DiceTubers.
Pew pew
You're
pew.
all my friends. Did you guys know I have
I
friends?
spilled ranch everywhere.
You spilled ranch everywhere?
I'm eating right now. What's up?
Username, thanks for gifting the sub to T-Pain, Fire Mountain subbed, A-Mouse subbed, so many subs. Oh, that's right, I was gone for weeks, and everyone's just gonna hit me with the subs right now while I'm trying to start. Who that I am. Tulisa, thank you so much for gifting the 5 subs. That's way too many subs. You're just eating out all these subs. Thank you so much. Trinity, thank you so much. Adam, thank you. Oh my God, Quizer Drogan, thank you. Vote for wife who's gifting what? Vote. What are you doing here? I vote. Thank you, Jen. Jen sub, and hey, I know who that is. I hear she's cool. All right, yo. Speaking of cool people who are here, let's do some introductions real quick before we get into what we're doing here. Let's start with let's just go across the table here. D, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, I'm Dice Queen D. I like tabletop RPGs and spending too much money on anime girls.
Hell yeah, that sounds good. Jin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jin Kitsu. I'm in an abusive relationship with my table, and I'm super excited to play some D&D.
Like, are we talking Code Geass relationship with your table, or?
No, they're just on the receiving end of a lot of smacks.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
I'm
you're
glad-
that
I'm glad
kind
chat-
of VTuber.
Just Olivia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm Comfy Vampire Mom, and I can also relate to D because I just spent a bunch of money on a stupid anime girl. So hell yeah.
Right?
Nice,
Fucking hell yeah.
nice. And over in the picture frame in the background of my new study, if all of you may have noticed, we've upgraded here at twitch.tv/Foxandra. I have a study now. Isn't that cool? Don't you guys think this is cozy? This comfy place. Don't you?
Well, we'll just yeah.
Do you
it's
not like
it?
comfy.
I know how I feel about being stared at from behind, but you know, I want to roll some dice. I'm willing to handle that.
Look, it's immersive. Lou, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Cool Guy Lou, and I'm just gonna be making a lot of weird faces and sounds.
Good. As you should be.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, it's in a name, so.
So most of you probably all have come from one channel or another, or watched the Vox Off show, and know everyone here for the most part. But Lou, if you'd like to talk about your who the fuck are you? You don't have a stream. Who are you?
I don't. It's like if you don't have a stream, you don't exist. Whoa.
Yeah, that's it. You don't.
I'm Lou. I'm a cool guy. I GM actually, I have the pleasure of GMing for these eclectic company of adventurers.
Wow.
We'll see how quickly the ship gets immolated.
How do you feel about your decisions in life leading up to you GMing for anime girls?
Check. Winning.
I was gonna say, I'm sure some people would like pay money for that.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean,
This little thing ended here. Okay.
who doesn't want to GM for anime girls? Come on now.
Right? Seriously, who wouldn't? Me, I'd rather play, actually. So, everyone, this is the beginning of our Dungeons & Dragons streams that we'll be doing on Mondays. As you can see up here, we're calling ourselves DiceTubers. The first campaign is They Will Be Wizards. And I guess we will just leave things up to our GM in the picture frame to kind of get us started with all this.
Well, it's about damn time.
Well.
I'm gonna pop you on over here. As we find ourselves at the start of this story in a place that is some call unapproachable, the far eastern side of the continent of Faerun, nowhere near the Sword Coast and Baldur's Gate now. Here, among the vast sort of rolling hills and distant plateaus rising tier by tier, culminating into an enormous mountain range, the countryside of Thay. It's a place that feels off. Something is off about the land, about the people, about the very air you breathe here. But the first thing we hear is those people. And these people are shouting over one another as they're hauling and moving barrels and crates from the docks from a busy cityscape. As you're making your way here, each of you, stepping off the boat of a otherwise sort of busy and bustling place, folks and the like shouting, pushing, and ever so present are the merchants writing down the daily wares of this. The evening, the sun falling in the sky above. And there soon your characters find themselves being shrouded by the tall towers and the buildings and the choked streets and the cobblestones and the manure and the body odor.
Yeah.
People are squeezed here. That intermix with pleasant scents of food, of fresh, perhaps not that fresh at this point. Citrus, grapefruits, sweet berries, a variety of herbs, decorating merchant stalls and the like, as we're sort of flying on through, away from the docks and deeper into the cityscape, until finally that bustling crowd is nowhere near. It's very quiet here, only the distant balking of a chicken or clopping of a horse. There, waiting, is a figure sort of leaning up against one of the buildings here, cased in shadow. There, you're waiting, looking down a little nervously, and then you see them. Clarette, you've been here in the spot for too long. It's already sundown. Where are they? And just coming into view down this sort of shady alley, you see a few more. You can't quite tell who they are at first. And then, then you see him vaguely. The rest of your cell. And as the three of them approach you, why don't you describe what you look like, Clarette?
Sure. Before you is a woman in some leather armor in the moment. Try not to look too out of place here. She's wearing black. She has very, very long white hair, kinda standing out compared to everything else. Comes down her face, but the back of her long white hair reaches down to her butt. Just very, very striking with her all black clothing. She just kind of leans back, almost with a casual grimace on her face as you all approach, eyeing you all down.
Dee, why don't you describe your character? We'll kind of go down the line as you approach.
Ashet, or Ash, as she prefers to be called, is like this 5'6" ish, 5'7" ish, relatively tall human woman. perhaps. You can't really confirm because she's wearing what looks to be a green cloak that covers her head. She is trying to be inconspicuous. She doesn't really like standing out all too much, and so glance but underneath the cloak, you can see what looks to be armor that's perhaps a little too clean, uh, a little nicer than say other than the dingy streets would like suggest people around here would dress. So she's dressed up a little bit, but still evidently armor. And you can see her blue eyes and gold hair just underneath the hood, just a little bit. On her back is a bow.
Jin, what does your character look like?
So next to Esha, her name is Luneth. She's a bit taller, I would say maybe around 5'9" to 5'10", with very pale blue skin and very dark hair tied up in a high ponytail. She walks with very straight posture and wears a kind of like a pale purplish sort of robe that goes all the way down to about where her knees would be, under which she wears long leather boots. She has a silver staff in one hand with the motif of a leaf at the top of it. And sort of peeking out from underneath her long black hair are two pairs of pointy elf ears.
Olivia.
I'm a tall, muscular, tan woman looking probably in her late 30s, wearing a casual outfit, not particularly armored, with a massive great sword slung across her back, kind of just looking down at the ground, deep in thought, slightly frowning, very, very focused on her own thoughts, with her kind of short, mid-length black hair pulled back into a bit of a ponytail. My skin is cracked and scarred with age and battle.
Each of you sort of looking and kind of confirming who's here, who's waiting. Your contact was correct. Each of you having previously been noted earlier this day where to meet and when. As the sun goes down, the shadows getting deeper, darker. The slight bends and shifts of the alleyways here become discerningly more menacing. You look above where this woman is waiting, and you just see a very simple wooden sign, chipped paint, splintered in very poor condition, is simply the symbol of an anchor, the rusty anchor. All you know is that your contact had said for you to meet here, and, well, before you were here. Well, I guess all that's left is to go on in.
I see all three of you have decided to show.
I hope we weren't too late.
I silently then walk inside the tavern.
The door is locked and you go.
The tavern's locked? Who locks a tavern in the middle of the day?
You go like, oh, okay, finally, and you go and it's locked. You just see a little eye kind of thing open, and you see a pair of eyes. What's the password?
How do they keep your business going if it's locked half the goddamn time? In the middle of the day, in the middle of a street?
No password?
Did anyone
One of you
Get
three
a
better
password?
have this.
Solve this password problem.
I'm just messing with you. The eyes close, the door opens. You see a fairly corpulent human, jowls kind of shaking as he's, oh, I got you there. Come on in. Welcome to the Rusty Anchor.
I look
That's
at
a
the
good
guy.
one.
I look at the guy and ask, do you do that every time a new patron comes in? Because that seems terribly inefficient.
Well, I haven't seen you a lot before, so yeah. Come on, step on inside, ladies.
I'm
I go
deeply
inside.
concerned. I walk in.
Silently.
I follow the group in. I bring up the rear.
There's a narrow set of stairs that go down. Looks like you're entering some sort of cellar or basement. But soon enough, the sounds of cheers, of just general camaraderie and song is heard as light sort of fills the room. You reaching the bottom of the stairs, you see the interior of what could only be a mishmash of a wide variety of races that are sort of here, tables sharing a drink. You see a halfling dancing on one of the tables, and sort of a barkeep cleaning his bar. Noticeably, kind of looking up at you as a half-orc man. He gives sort of like a head nod as you are walking on in. Doesn't seem to be a table available. In fact, this place seems remarkably busy. Hmm. If a little crowded. What do you do when you walk on in here?
I'm trying to keep back all the snark that just like randomly pops up into my head.
All the snark.
It
All of
smells
it.
of urine and spilt beer.
Why would anyone go here?
There's a variety of netting that is on the ceiling, hanging a variety of seashells and bones of animals or maybe something else.
Does anyone know
Decorated.
what the contact is supposed to look like?
I assumed one of you three would know.
Oh god, this is so terribly inefficient. So we were all given a contact to go into this place without any indication who the contact is, in a place where we're not even sure how they keep running. I'm not necessarily even certain, but anyways, I'm willing to bet if we look troublesome enough, maybe they'll approach us because obviously they had to have been prepared for us to not know what they look like.
I think some of us don't really look like we fit in very well.
You do not. The four of you stand out amazingly, especially Esh. You stand out remarkably. You catch
Of
the
course.
eyes of many of the patrons here who are rather greasy, sweaty, a variety of tattoos marking their bare arms and the like.
For no reason at all. Is Ash high?
Doesn't seem like it.
Yes.
Okay.
She tries
Nevertheless,
to she tries to keep it down with the cloak.
Character. Hi. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I just wanted to make sure what we're dealing with here.
Is this an important detail for you?
Well, no. I just figured that we have to kind of stick out, and we as a group we do stick out.
Well, then I will point out that Clarice has long hair in front of her face that goes down to the bottom of her face. No real bangs, and you think she could perhaps be attractive, but you can't tell if it's just the allure of what you cannot fully see with the mess in her face.
Oh, yeah, that sexy mysticism.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Does her hair cover her eyes a little bit? Does her hair cover her eyes a little bit?
It's kind of long, so like you kind of see her face, but like you don't see her whole. You know what I'm talking about? Like you see her from the side, and you're like, oh, maybe.
I want to imagine I don't see her whole. I hope she's dressed.
Maybe this goth girl's cute. I can't quite tell, etc. That type of deal.
I can crush your head with my thighs, so I think I'm hot to some people.
Yeah, that's cool. That's crazy. That's cool. That's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe we can just go stand up at the bar and they'll come to us. Or we could ask the barkeeper. I'm sure that they would know something.
Yes, do exactly that.
I sigh and walk up to the barkeep.
Sort of a half-orc man, busy cleaning the top. He kind of waddles on over. He's fairly broad-shouldered and looks like one time was a laborer of some sort. He kind of leans on over. Can I get you something?
I'd like a drink, please.
All right. Got what it is. Quietly prepares the drink.
I don't object or anything. And I'm just standing there waiting for the drink.
Yeah. I'm with you.
You must be new here.
I am
This
new
man
here.
kind of gestures to you.
I am new. I don't know what you serve. Do you have anything else that might interest me other than this drink?
Drink might be an exaggeration. Swill might be more accurate.
You're flying with the right ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes? Question mark?
I
Go with that.
No,
glance
don't
over
look
at the
like
others.
you do. No, I don't think you do. No. You don't smell right.
I don't think we smell bad.
What is a right smell to you?
No, your kind. No. No. What are you doing down here among the slum?
I glare. What kind do you mean?
Well, your uppers. Look at you.
I bet. My glare softens slightly at that.
Coming
Do
down
I look like
here.
an upper? Please.
I was ready for a different thing.
I mean, I'm probably the most upper looking one here, but like.
I'd say these are my people.
I mean, you're not being harassed at all.
Right.
No.
Right. I just, Yeah.
The man just sort of shrugs, seemingly disinterested, and he turns his attention away.
I take the drink and
Now
nod.
is that a way to treat some fine patrons of this here establishment? This sort of ugly-looking individual suddenly just shrinks his shoulders down a bit and looks over, and there, sort of approaching, a man, half-orc, sort of his hands on his jacket as he makes his way on over, noticeably parting parts of the crowd as he makes his way. He is flanked on his left and right hand by two more sort of individuals. A human woman with sort of a scar that goes from the bottom of her chin to across her nose. Her nose is slightly disfigured, and a man who is he has pointed ears, though he has sort of a full beard, kind of goes down to the center of his chest, and it's a mess of hair about him. In direct juxtaposition is this fine individual, a man that sort of approaches you. Now. You must be the ones that are supposed to come and meet. My name's Silk. I think a mutual friend of ours had sent you down to my rightful establishment.
I think that you're probably who we're looking for.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah? How can you be so sure?
I'm not, but I
Well,
hope I am.
we're kind of lost, so we're willing to take this lead.
Oh, he didn't tell you much, did he?
No. We have what we can say organizational issues.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Silk will get through that trouble, no problem. Come on over, I'll get you a table. Drinks are on me.
How do you keep in? I like you. You can hear Asher muttering as she walks away. How do you keep in business if you keep offering free drinks to people? This whole place doesn't make sense. The
I-
drinks, the lack of people that
They're
can
not.
come in, the guy at the door.
I
Just
think.
how
I
is it
think,
still full?
I think he's
I
buying
think
them
he's a
for us.
patron.
I don't really drink. Somebody else can have mine.
I just follow.
trying-
I just
I'm
walk
trying
past them
not to
and
lose
start
it.
following.
Yeah, I think. Well, I imagine Ash was complaining about it on the way to the table.
Consistently. She has 3 languages: common, Elvish, and complaint.
Took a feat for the complaint one, huh?
I hear the alternate name for that is Gnomish.
Oh damn.
That's racist. That's definitely a no would beat you for that. That's sus. Okay, I.
We find a seat, sort of a slight alcove here, sort of against some of the nearby corner, cast in shadow, dimly lit. It's intimate. Come on, take a seat. Sure, you have your own set of questions. It's all right. Silk has a lot of answers for you.
I hope so.
I sit down. I look slightly comfortable, but not too comfortable.
Now, I couldn't help it over here. You've been asking about the
I don't know who
acumen
you are.
of this here establishment. Now, that
Yes.
is a direct affront
Deeply concerned.
to me. Now, I take it you're some sort of a merchant? You have experience with running a tavern?
Do you have a single fact to back that up?
I'd like to say that no, I'm simply a sensible woman that understands when the business establishment itself is flawed, and I'm not here to be any more critical than is helpful towards your business. I don't even know if this is your business, sir. I don't know who you are. What is your name?
Silk. I said it 3 times already. Best be listening.
I keep thinking you're trying to tell me what you're wearing rather than what your name is.
One and the same.
Excuse her. You said you had a lot of answers.
Yeah, I do. For friends, that is.
We could
Now,
be
what
friends.
I...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe. See, I don't know. I make a living off of telling what people are thinking, and I don't know if we quite align. After all, some of y'all look like you haven't been in a fine and honest tavern in a day in your life.
Honest is the word.
It's my favorite word.
So what kind of people are your friends, Silk?
Well, they don't wear red, that's for damn sure.
It sounds like we will get along then, Silk. I happen to hate that color.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid you're not going to be much luck. There's plenty of them here. From what I understand is a mutual friend of ours. And, well, I was hoping you'd tell me a little bit about our mutual friend. I don't really know much about him. After all I could assume was that they sent you to me for the deal. You know about the deal, right?
We don't have the clearance for that sort of information.
Oh, one of those sorts of agreements. All right then. I'll play along. It's simple, really. Between your company and me, well, I don't want you to think that I'm your boss, all right? But in the current time, I might as well be.
So, like, you're our boss, but we're still, friends, sort of deal, right?
I
Remains to
don't.
be seen. You see,
I'm-
my friends help me. Are you here to help me?
What do you
After
mean?
all, you're coming in here in my place of business, fresh off the boat by the smell of you, and
That
folks need
depends.
friends in this town.
Is the help you need ones who will make sure that the only color of red that's around here is that of blood?
Oh my god.
Um, maybe not. Maybe not, but maybe.
A little much right now.
I think I speak. Well, I don't want to speak for all of the others, but I am more than willing to help with whatever you might need. It seems like we are in agreement in general for what's going forward.
I wanna say to him in Orcish, because I speak Orcish, that I'm happy to assist him in whatever way he needs in order to be friends, because we could definitely use some friends in this town.
He gives you sort of a side glance, and he noticeably frowns at that, and he just kind of shakes his head, and then he turns back to the others. Well, then, that's just fine. That's good. I could give you some time to think it over. After all, you don't really know me. You don't know who you're surrounded with. You don't even know where you are.
I am
Don't you
aware
want to
of where
stop
I
and think?
am. And the only reason I would be here is to take care of business.
Can we cut to the chase here? I feel there's a lot of pussyfooting around here, and I'd really like to get to the brass tacks of this.
All right, then. It's all right. You don't enjoy the game, I see. That's no fun. It's no fun. Friend of ours, Lannis. I know you know him as. He's an odd sort, ain't he? That's beside the point. He said that you're gonna help me with a job. All right. No doubt you've seen them walking around, them Bay Knights. All right. They've got quite a movement here. All right. Best you keep out of their sight. You don't want their attention, not one bit. But what is under their attention, you see, is something of importance to me and my associates. Now, this is a great way to make friends if you were to help me obtain said peace.
Do you have more
Oh, I'm
details
so
than this?
All I'm asking is, well, you see, there's a there's an art piece. I'm a collector, I must admit. There's a piece. It's the White Queen's idol, and it's held over in the halls of Priyador. You might not know what that is. That's over in the eastern side of the city, right before the walls of the manor. You find it there. It's a little in disrepair as of lately, but don't let that fool you. You see, them Bay Knights, they are watching, and you don't want their attention, simply put. I'm asking for you to simply go into them halls, find the idol, and well, they got a lot of stuff in there. It's not like they'll mind if a little idol goes missing for a little bit. You see?
And not to imply that bad things will happen, but what if we were to be noticed by these people?
Well, Linus has assured me that the company before me is, well, has a degree of skill. I'm confident in your abilities. You won't be called now, will you?
No, we won't.
Good. Good.
So we get what you want, and then we actually talk business. Is that how I understand this?
That's how friends are made.
I suppose we could go make some friends then.
That is, unless you want to go over in the Citadel, the center of the city. No doubt you've seen it. You can knock on that door or ask them crimson-robed little lilies for a piece of copper or silver. Maybe they'll give you some.
The only thing I'd ask them for is their heads. Are we done here now?
That's all we need. I'll be seeing you.
You will be.
Thank you for the help, Silk, and thank you for the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The end.
I nod and fall like, well, are we leaving or is he? Are we walk? We're leaving right now, or
He gets up. He and his
Okay.
two lackeys just sort of leave your table, your cubby. You see him now and then, kind of patting the shoulders of some other patrons here,
Okay.
and kind of moving along, lost in the crowd a bit.
I'll turn to the group then. I didn't realize getting our contact was going to be a job in and of itself.
You'd think Lannis would tell us a little bit more, but
It could
I
have been
imagine
Sorry
he's
for
better.
playing
having
it
great
safe.
tits and correct opinions on everything. As if it's my fault.
so he wants us to nab a thing for him before we can get more work from him.
It sounds
Hmm.
like it sounds like Linus needed a contact. There's an opportunity, but before we even get to start to business, he wants to use us to get what he wants.
To prove we're worth our weight. Got it.
Sounds more like he just wants
Sounds
the
like
idol
fun.
himself, and this is a good opportunity to do so before we get started.
I think that our opportunities of progressing with whatever we're wanting to do are limited, so we should take any that we get.
Yeah,
agree.
I
yeah.
was
Oh,
ex-
my Josh's.
I was
That's what I agree.
expecting a little bit more how can I say this? More stakes rather than some 2-bit thuggery.
I haven't been here a while. It is possible that some people might be trying to infiltrate what's going on here. That could be the reason for it.
I'm sure there's some stakes to this. We're just not fully in the know. And I'm sure we'll find out eventually.
Whatever. When are we heading out for this?
What's the time of day, GM?
Evening,
Evening. I mean, if anything,
sundown.
strike fast.
We don't want
But-
me noticed. Seems like the best time is now.
And we know where they are, and we know what we're looking
Yes,
for.
do exactly that.
It seems like right now would be the best time. I mean, what else were we planning out to do? Let's stake out an inn.
Sure, we could stake this place out. Smell the smells.
I don't
See
really
what's
wanna
going
stay
on
here.
here. Drink the drinks. Are you feeling thirsty? Because the only thing I'm thirsty for right now is getting this little job started.
I don't really drink myself, so I'm good to go.
Yeah?
Luneth looks at sorry, to ask again, Fox, but what was your character's name?
Claret, like the wine, also known as blood.
She looks at Clary like, "Are you so cool?" After saying that, she's like, she's a little awestruck at how well you strung that together.
Claret barely notices this.
Even cooler. But yeah, I think Luna will kind of get her. It's not like she like unpacked her things, but you know she'll sort of adjust whatever she has with her, and she'll be ready to go whenever.
Oh, as a note, I don't think we noted to the audience what our characters are, should we? Class-wise or whatnot? For the benefit of the audience? We'll leave it for a surprise.
We're gonna wait until
do that.
blood is spilled and swords are drawn.
Sounds good.
Does that mean blood's dead? Or when you say other blood, you have to be, see, when you name your character a thing.
My name is slang for blood. My name isn't blood.
Like when we pour Clary out of something, you know, and we spell it. Do we have like character art? Should we show character art? We can do that.
We do have some small images I can probably bring up over here for the time being.
Loosely.
We have loose tokens. Oh, thank you.
Luneth.
Thank you, Lou.
Hey, that's
Luneth.
me.
There's Ash
Yo.
and Cendric
Hey, that's me.
and Clara.
Hello, I am Claret. I'm here to get a job done. Not deal with these filthy, disgusting drinks.
I'm like sweating over here. Everyone's hot.
Thanks.
Not like that
I
has
mean-
any relevance, but
Compared to what we're surrounded by, I mean, anything would look hot right here.
I don't know. Did you see Silk?
Also not hot.
Hard to miss.
I'm ready whenever.
I'm ready whenever. I say we strike fast
I agree.
before they
I'm
even
with
know
you
who we
too.
are.
I stand up and I go to walk out.
I follow.
I follow.
And I'll bring up the rear.
Making your way out of the rusty anchor, can't help but notice the corpulent doorman just can't help but chuckle to himself as the four of you leave the establishment. He doesn't say anything further. Back out from the noisy interior of the tavern to the stark contrast, the dark, shadowy alleys. It's very quiet here. Really, your very footsteps seem to echo slightly off the cobblestones as you step on out. Now, all you know is, well, it's east side of town, so...
We're not really familiar with this town at all, are we?
No.
Can we ask directions from somebody?
You know, you make your way, and perhaps you're a little worried. These alleys seem to sort of continuously bend. They turn and veer, and you could get lost quite easily. But sure enough, you see an individual sort of laying down beside one of the buildings here. One of the few that are sort of stationary. It has a bowl in front of them, sort of a dirtied rag of robes about. Looking down at its bowl, it kind of gestures. Copper full of pole.
doesn't help.
You know,
I-
people like this out in the streets usually know their way around town, especially in these alleys. He might be worth asking, honestly.
I only have gold.
Well, while they're talking among themselves, I walk past them, walk up to him, and then just take a small coin I may have, and I just flick it into the bowl to get his
Oh
attention.
yeah, I have no money. Yeah, no money.
Mm-hmm. I wonder
Yeah.
why.
He looks
Yeah.
up.
And then, well,
His face is gaunt. His eyes are sunken in, and there doesn't seem to be any pupils. This man is blind. He looks up at you. Human, you think? He's dirty faced, just with sweat and dirt and the like. And those white eyes kind of peer up at you, Claret. And for a moment, you hear him speak again, but his lips don't move.
Mm.
Thank you.
What was the name of the place we were going to again? By the way,
The halls of Priyador.
Halls of Priyador on the East End, right?
Yep.
yeah, we should have gotten a map. We should have gotten a map.
Excuse me, but we don't know our way around here. Perhaps you could assist us?
Where are you looking?
I'm looking for some halls off to the east.
You like hall?
Yeah?
There's the Canos. The Canos, to the east.
I don't understand anything he's saying.
You go to Canos. Yeah.
Any other halls you're aware of?
Looks down at his ball. Then back up at you.
I can't understand this guy.
I'll flick another small coin in and to try and persuade him.
He nods and looks back up at you. You hear the voice again, but his lips don't move.
Mhm.
Thank you. There's the halls to the east. Is there are many there to the east. What halls you look for? What halls?
Priyador.
I glare for a bit. Priyador.
Slowly, his mouth opens wide in a crooked smile, his teeth, several teeth missing. You're in Priyador. What do you mean you're in Priyador? What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Look,
You
man,
go-
do you know this or not?
Huh? Who's that?
Guys, can we go to someone else? My patience is thin.
I think in the interest of time, maybe we could find
Yes,
someone
please.
else.
Anybody
Oh,
else.
yeah,
Literally
yeah,
anybody
yeah.
else. Someone that can talk clearer.
Thank you. Copper for poor.
Whatever. I only gave him 2 copper anyway. Let's go.
Okay, so we move on. Let's ask literally but anybody else, please.
And you find
Very
someone.
strange. The alleys here are very quiet. You kind of go down the block a bit, and you look over your shoulder, and that beggar's gone. Well, in fact, you're not quite sure where he went. You keep sort of craning your neck around, looking for people, and you realize you're alone. Ash and Sendri, the buildings on your left and right, the windows, you hear the last of them close. you feel there's a stillness. And then, sure enough, to your left, you see there's 6 silhouettes. And accompanying with this sort of cackling, sort of the snarls and cackling, bestial creatures. They smell of, well, you turn and in the shadows you see this sort of pack of gnolls that are just sort of sauntering their way stalkingly, the 6 of them, down like the left side of sort of the block. You see the street kind of coming up to where you guys are. There's, to your right, there's 2 more alleyways. They seem clear.
Question. Are gnolls? What do we know about gnolls? Are they common in these places? Are they like regular peoples? Are they like known enemies? I'm not really sure on the context of gnolls here.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I should be worried if it's just like a regular person or if it's like
just sort of general knowledge. You understand these are wild creatures. You've rarely heard any sort of tales of them living in any city or civilization or
Have
anything.
I noticed their laughter and noises yet?
Well, yeah, you all could.
Well, you mentioned the 2 people, so you all heard that.
Yeah.
So
I cackling and
I see them over there. Okay. Can I cast something as an intimidation check?
Yeah, sure.
Cast something as intimidation?
Why don't you roll your intimidation first?
Roll my intimidation first? Sure. Okay, so 4. Let me go over to my chat here. So roll 1d20 and then +4, right?
Yeah. You could also click on the intimidate on your sheet.
Oh, that's a 1.
Okay. You could describe what happens. You fail. Go on.
I describe what happens, but I fail. Oh, well, I was gonna cast Eldritch Blast in their direction.
You got a natural 1. First roll of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
A beautiful portent for what is to come.
I
roll out the 1.
So what happens?
So okay, so I fire an Eldritch Blast in the direction of the gnolls, and I yell out with my not very good intimidation tactic. I yell out, "Begone immediately, or the power of bloodbath will consume your souls!" As I fire it off and yell that.
Can they speak common? Do we know this?
That's probably what the one is that they don't understand what the fuck I just said.
They just kind of continue cackling and snarling, drawing a bit closer, maybe about 60 feet or so away. You could hear this other sort of rattling sound, that of chains, sort of that they drag on the cobblestones, or at least some of them do. One of them has an axe in his hand.
You guys can react to me just suddenly blurting out doing that.
I just grunt in kind of disgust, and I position myself between the party and the gnolls, almost disappointed.
I think we'd be doing a service getting rid of them.
We're not going to get in trouble, right?
You don't see any form of authority here.
Trouble with
So to your left, you see these 6 gnolls. You position yourself, sort of drawing your greatsword.
Yes, of course.
And that, maybe just that show of defiance kind of stops their advance. They stop maybe about, as they stay roughly 50 feet or so from you. They sort of fan out. It's almost, their forms seem almost amorphous. There's no light other than the moon, none of you having any sort of lanterns or anything like that. Not straight up night, pitch black night, but already it's quite dark among these alleyways. Their forms almost seem to sort of meld into one another and separate now and then. You think there's 6 of them. Can I get a perception roll from Sendri and Ash?
Ash, yes.
Yeah.
Perception.
Just click on perception now.
Will do. That'll be a 15. Sandra, go
15,
ahead.
20. Sendri, as you move there and they stop and there's a bit of a standoff, you could hear just this slight, it's very quiet. Sendri, only you really notice it, this sort of stalking, low growling sound. To the north alleyway, you see there's 4 more of them. These were much quieter and they're sort of stalking up, maybe about 40 feet or so from you. Seems to be only one way of possible escape.
Yep, and I'll let the party know there's more of them out there. It's not just these in front of us. There's more off in the alley.
So essentially to your left, to your right, you see these 2 packs of these bestial gnomes dressed in sort of rags and sort of ragged-looking moth-eaten hoods, and their sort of mangy fur kind of sticking out. They bear weapons of axes and chains and the like. And they kind of sort of linger there for a few more moments. Do any of you do anything further?
This could be a bit more than we bargained for.
I look around the surrounding to see if it's possible for us to kind of use the alley we came from to form a choke point and force them into one confrontation in front of us, should they pursue us.
Yeah, looks like it. If you fell back, yeah.
That's one option, is we could fall back slightly and funnel them in.
Should we
They don't seem very well armed.
Should we be jumping to fighting right now? Because we're
Was
supposed to be
there-
doing some kind of like
Was there an alleyway that was a point of escape that you had mentioned?
There's the one that you had
Yeah.
come from,
Mhm.
and then there's one sort of, I guess you can imagine, to your 5 o'clock.
yes.
Does anyone who noticed that there were more say anything? Because my character
Yes,
did not
Andrew.
notice this.
Yeah,
I
yes.
said it already. I mentioned the other pack of 4
I
to the
can
party.
try and cut them off.
Where's the clear
If you want
path?
to. Looks behind us.
Yeah, there's 2.
Clear path was the one at 5 o'clock, right? What's the one at
Yeah.
5 o'clock?
Yeah.
And there's 2 other. There's a pack to our left and a pack to our right. One has 6 and one has 4. Or we think one has 6.
I'll say, I didn't scare them. Let's move. And head towards the 5 o'clock.
I think hearing Clarice say that, Luneth is going to brandish her staff and use minor illusion to make a little like wall of flames between us and the one with the more like bigger group of gnolls.
What does it look like when you cast the spell?
So yeah, she keeps her staff in her right hand, so she sort of just kind of points it to where the wall is going to form, and bits of red fire sort of encapsulate the staff as she projects an image of this wall of flames.
They immediately sort of reel back, and you hear immediate sort of yipping and as just panic, as several of them immediately start jumping back from this enormous wall of flame, perhaps going 12, 13 feet way up. Its flames lapping up against the very buildings here, flanking on the left and right side of that alleyway. As that occurs, there's this sort of snapping and snarling sound of utter agitation from the other pack, and they rush in. You guys can roll for initiative.
Oh, shit.
Rad.
Hey, getting right into it.
Let's roll a 3.16. 7.16. Let's go.
Let's go.
Looks like I got
14.4.
14.4. Oh, I didn't even realize to create my weapon.
Well,
Forgot about that.
we'll see about that in just a moment.
Yeah.
It's if they don't get you got, that is.
On the
Century,
bright side,
first to react.
we're only dealing with like 4 of them.
True.
Okay.
4 of them from the right are charging in at this point. They're roughly about 40 feet from you. Century, first to react.
I think. They're too far for me to go at them because of my speed. So I don't really want to. I want to position myself between the party and them, for starters, and did 5e have like a defensive action?
A dodge, technically.
You can dodge, or you can like hold your attack and use it as a reaction.
Dodge in
Oh.
place.
Oh, yeah, when I position myself between them and the party, then hold my attack to use the reaction. Let me look at that.
Gotcha. Claret.
I will use this moment to use my Pact of the Blade to create a longsword in my hand.
What does it look like when it appears in your hand?
When it appears, it is this like black, otherworldly type sword looking. It's like kind of flickering a bit as it appears. Dark in color. Not too descriptive of a sword. It's very obviously a magical blade that is created. Something that's been manifested, but nothing too elaborate or anything.
Luneth. Concentrating on the magic, holding that other pack off, you turn and you see this other pack charging down the alley towards your company.
And I think she'll use that opportunity to use a non-concentration spell and toss a ray of frost at them. So as like her staff is sort of orangish reddish with the circular flames around it, it'll be complemented by the very light blue ice as she goes ahead and wait. Okay, 15. Why did it roll that? 15 to hit.
Yeah, it does hit one of them.
Okay, that's going to be 3 cold damage.
Kind of hits it in the shoulder, the shards of ice kind of ricocheting off nearby wall as the thing kind of staggers slightly but continues.
And then that one in particular, the speed is reduced by like 10 feet.
Gotcha. And the frost is clinging to its shoulder and its arm.
A little chilly. But yeah, that'll be my turn.
Ash.
The one that was just slowed down, Ash very quickly, with quick practice of, say, someone that did professional archery, she draws her bows and she fires at the one that got slowed down. I will attack with a longbow. That should be +7. I should edit that. Give me a second. Why isn't that increased +2? There it is. And let me roll this longbow. That is, give me a big number. 26 to hit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, rolled a 19. Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty solid. Just 9 damage though. Pew.
9 damage. Oh, does it only give to attack? Does it give to damage that extra +2?
It's 7.
Oh, 7.
7
okay.
damage.
7. The arrow sort of stabbing into its gut, slowing it down from the concussive blow of it. The other three continue charging on forward. Sendry, they get into your range. The cackling and barking sound of these gnolls. Do you want to strike at one of them as they close in?
Yep.
Three of them are closing in on you, Sendry.
Yep. I'm going to swing at the. I'm going to swing my great sword the closest one, and yeah, just whichever one reaches me first. Swing
Gotcha.
at him. It's my reaction. So let me roll that. Wait. That's a lot. Oh,
That
because
hits.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Wild
jeez.
dice.
My dice
Yo.
just got yeeted down.
Yeah, I was like, why so many dice? And I'm like, wait. Like, okay.
You slash at one, nearly eviscerating it with one single blow. It staggers on
Hell
back,
yeah.
though it's still very much violently alive as it kind of coughs and sneers and barks and snarls. As you hit down away, the other two jump on you, Sentry.
Mhm.
Roll my attacks. Let me just double check something real quick. Does the 18 get you? I think it does. 18 get your AC?
I have
Sendry?
16 AC. I have 16 AC.
Okay. I want to double check there. Take 6 damage as one of them sort of snarls and whips this heavy sort of iron chain, sort of hitting you across the chest. The other one, having an axe, whiffs and misses you. You have sort of these three gnolls. The two essentially are on your left and right, Sendry, and the third one that you just hit sort of staggers on back for a moment before sort of just throwing something at Luneth.
I groan and I grunt, but I hold my ground.
Lobbing something on over
Yeah.
as you get hit. Give me that concentration check.
Because the spell I used was minor illusion, as opposed to silent image. Minor illusion is not concentration.
Oh,
Just double checked.
gotcha. You'll take
But
4 damage. Something
that's
sharp.
all right.
Oh, sorry, 6 damage. As something sharp cuts across your arm. Something thrown on sort of cuts you deeply on the arm there.
Kind of stagger back, still trying to keep a hold of her staff and keep the illusory wall of fire ignited.
Claret?
Let's see. I will. So the one is like staggered back and is like brutally damaged, and there's like 2 others close by.
Yeah. They're kind of up ahead of you. Sendry's in front of you. And, she's got 2 immediately sort of at her. And then the third one that she almost eviscerated, that just threw something, just lobbing it and hit Luneth.
Is the one that was eviscerated the one that got hit by the arrow and the cone of cold?
No, the one that got hit by the magic and the arrows is further still, maybe about 15 feet or so from this.
Okay. I'll walk up to one of the ones close by to Sendry, just try not draw myself too open. And then I will let's see. I am going to use my where is it here? My green flame blade to invoke the power of it and then take a swing at it. Which is what lets me imbue my weapon with special fire damage.
Flames.
With
Make that attack roll.
flames.
The fires of hell.
The fire and flames.
Now let's see here.
Make that attack roll.
I believe my attack rolls are with my charisma.
Yep, it's
So-
already should already be set on your sheet.
So do I just make a charisma roll to attack then?
You should be able to click on your weapon underneath the attacks and spellcasting section.
Yeah, I do believe it
Oh,
uses your spell attack bonus.
Oh.
I
Weapon.
believe so. Am I wrong?
I didn't know how to put in my weapon when I summon it.
well,
So,
well.
I can help you
Your
Oh,
so
There you
what is your current
2d6
spellcasting
damage.
modifier?
my spellcasting modifier is 2.
So wait, you have 2. Wait, you're a warlock and you have 14 charisma.
I have 15 charisma.
Oh yeah, 2.
Very charisma.
My rolls were
so
not
it's
good.
plus 4.
My rolls for my
So it's
stats
plus
were not
4.
good. So it's a plus
Yeah,
4.
so
Plus,
D20 plus 4.
yes.
So it's a D20 plus 4. Okay. I'll just roll that in here then. Roll.
Yeah, you
1
backslash roll.
D20
Yeah.
plus 4. I'm new to 5th edition here, so
So that's a fake gamer girl over here.
So
yeah.
describe what happens as you manifest this magic and you try to attack but miss.
I go to kind of come up to the side of Sendry and like stab at it. But I obviously miss. I don't quite reach in time as I tried to have myself be a little protected, but doing so did not commit to the attack enough and thus did not reach to strike true.
Luneth.
I am gonna drop a good old magic missile at the 2 in the back. I want to send 1 at the one that that Sendry hit, and then 2 at the one that D and I hit. Esh and I hit. So
Yes.
Roll it up.
Okay, so that's 2 damage on the one that Sendry hit, and 4 on the one that Ash and I hit.
Gotcha. The sheer concussive force from your magics, knocking them almost flat on their ass, they stagger on back. The one furthest back, kind of grasping onto the arrow that's kind of partially sticking out of it, kind of shuffles a bit away after sort of trying to collect itself. The other one that was attacked by Sendry was just knocked flat on its back, but still staggers and stands.
Okay, and I think that if I can, try to move back so that I won't be the target of another sharp thing thrown at me.
Mm-hmm. Go back some feet, wary of strange, sharp objects being thrown at you.
Very wary. I want to run to the bathroom super quick. I'll be right back.
Ash.
Go pee, girl. I fire at the. I'm attacking the same one. Having difficulty figuring that. Luneth did as well. Kind of like a focus fire kind of thing.
Roll it up.
Pew 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 pew. I rolled a total of, when the dice comes, 20 and 5 damage, please and thank you. Is there anything else in this area that seems particularly notable, like of the? Because we're in like some alleyways, right?
Yeah, it's a few sort of rundown crates, maybe 14 feet or so above on the left and right hand side. A few closed windows by sort of a wooden hatch.
Any sort of, I'll ask this question again. What's my turn again? Yeah.
The one knoll, as an arrow kind of sticks into it, as you kind of focus the one that Sendry just hit. It staggers on back, and it awkwardly kind of falls on all fours and disengages away from you. It wasn't really in any threat from you, from your reach, Sendry, but it sort of runs off, holding on to one of the arrow that it was just shot with. It kind of runs off down the alley in the opposite direction. As does the other one that was maybe about 15 feet or so. It kind of barks and snaps at the one that runs by it, but then it chases on after it. As 2 of them flee. The other 2, up in your business, Sendry, both sort of leap, trying to snap and bite at you. They both sort of the hard snap of their jaws are heard as you dodge both of them. And it's your turn, Sandra.
And this is why I don't wear armor, because it slows me down. Well, now I'm just pissed. So I'm just gonna channel my deity through me, and I'm gonna get angry. Summon a rage. And then I am going to... I got a ways to go on this. I am going to reckless attack the left one.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
Rip.
Yeah, I'm gonna reckless attack the left one after raging. So let's
Getting
see.
pissed.
Getting pissed. I'm gonna have advantage on the left one, but I'm gonna take disadvantage for the rest of the till the next cycle.
If they survive your onslaught, yeah.
If they survive. So let's see. Is there an easy way to add rage to this, or we should just say it's what bonus?
There's no really easy way to do it on roll 20 now.
Yeah, just roll.
Okay. Okay. So let me roll this first. I do have advantage.
Woo!
And then I also add 2 melee damage bonus from rage, and I get a 1d6 plus half my barbarian level is radiant damage. Do we round down or round up in 5e? Because I'm 3.
It's always round down.
Okay. So let me roll 1d6 plus 1. So that's an extra 2 damage on that. So I would do, what is it, 13 damage to left null because of rage and radiant damage?
Again, your hand, your knuckles go white as you hold the blade. You slash at the one on the left, sort of across its upper shoulder. It almost is just slammed to the ground from the sheer oomph of the force of your blow, but it still stands wild and perhaps just as ferocious. It kind of snarls back in response. Clara?
I will take a swing again at the one that's in front of me using my fire blade powers yet again. As I will invoke that.
Will you roll higher than the 3? Let's see.
Will I roll higher than a 3? Let's find out. Normal roll. There we go. Ooh. Wait, why is there 2 dice that came out?
I think 3D dice are just kind of cursed.
That is kind of cursed,
Kinda
yeah.
funky.
A little funky.
That's enough to defeat it.
So
What happens to it?
no, before I say that, there is the fire does leap to another target and does my modifier damage, which I think is 4.
Oh.
Gotcha.
It should be
4?
2, since it's just
Because
your
it's my oh, is it?
Two.
Oh, it's just the
Charisma?
charisma. Oh, it's 2. Oh, okay. I
Just
didn't know if
2,
it was.
Yes, ma'am.
It said spell modifier, and I didn't know if my proficiency in that meant.
It gets
meant
better
that it's
later.
4.
Level
Okay.
3, not really.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't sure what
So
my
you
spell
defeat
bonus was.
this gnoll. What does it look like?
I annoyed that
The
I missed
gnoll or
my
what the attack is?
previous attack. I raised my blade on high as the flames erupted from it. My eyes glare at it in anger as I bring it down and slice through and yell, "In the name of bloodbath!" and slice through it as the flames leap out from my blade straight through it and then onto the next knoll, searing it slightly.
Shards of the magic kind of burn like embers on that other gnoll. Kind of fusses them away, snarling and snapping as it does. Luna? The other gnoll kind of falls, crumples, collapsed. The smell of burnt fur lingers with the coppery scent of blood. Luneth, your turn.
Alright. Yeah, we'll just launch another ray of frost at the other one that is actually there's still the one that is farther back. So we're gonna go for the one that's farther.
Currently, there's just one left. That was just the other 2 kind of ran off and ran away, and one was just killed. The
All right.
fourth one is still here in front of Sentry.
We'll give it a little ray of
Oh,
frost.
Kingston knows my clothes. Oh,
What's that boy up to?
Hey, that's a crit.
Nice.
Yeah. It was not ready for this. As what does it look like when you fling your spell at it?
Yeah. So seeing that there's only one left, she'll do a pretentious little like spin of her staff, and then she'll point it at it, and the ice will once again sort of encapsulate the staff, and combined with the persistent fire there, she'll just completely blast this thing into the next campaign.
You got a
It appears
blast
later
of
on.
frost right straight into the muzzle, knocking back its hood as it snarls, and it just stops. You stop it. You stop it from making any noise as it just got punched right in the nose by frost. Yeah.
Nice shot.
And then she'll just kind of put her staff on the ground and look at the fruits of their labor, while also kind of taking note of what's happening in the other corridor.
What can we get a reassessment of what's happening right now? Like how many are left? And I'm trying to keep a picture in my mind.
About one left. Got blasted in the face. You see the other group of gnolls and since sort of scurried off away
Okay.
from the fire, and the last of them
this-
kind of peering around the corner. People.
Does this one that's been struck and the one that's left, after seeing everyone's dead, does it still seem like it wants to fight?
Well, it got knocked in the snout, and it's sort of staggering on back. Really hasn't had much time to recover.
All right.
But safe to assume, last one standing. The other two were cowardly. Is this one as cowardly?
I don't know. Is it how far is it from me?
It's probably about 10, 15 feet from you. Yeah, I assume you kind of took a few steps back. You're loosing arrows.
I step forward, just close enough to say like where you can like see down the arrow. I point it towards him, and I like kind of do the whole like how can I say this? Like I flick my head as if to say get. But my bow is trained on him.
Gotcha. Give me a intimidate with advantage.
Persuasion, because I'm not trying to scare him off.
Intimidate. You got an arrow knocked in.
That's fair.
There's a threat of violence. I think that's intimidation.
9.
You have
and
advantage. You roll it again.
Oh, at advantage. Okay.
Yeah, at advantage. Wasn't good.
That didn't happen. Wasn't good.
Maybe you didn't project loud enough as you know, or maybe
Can
you
I
didn't say
argue
it
with
at
this one?
all.
Oh,
It
no,
was sort
okay.
of in your head.
I respond to him saying, perchance it'd be best for your ventures if you were to scurry off elsewhere. And so my failure would be more like he didn't understand the words I'm using.
And you see the gnoll kind of lowering its head and taking a moment to like look at you, and then noticing Sendry and the large sword that she wields, it kind of leaps away and runs off down the alley. It goes.
Well, I'll just say it worked.
I tend to like to frame my failures as of a, less in confidence, more like overemphasis of my character traits.
In the immediate
we'll see.
aftermath of that last gnoll running off, doesn't seem to be any nearby threats. A moment to breathe.
Damn it.
It seems the others have run
Alright.
off.
Nice trick with the firewall. I like that one.
was
Thanks.
good.
I really just sprang to mind. We should probably get moving before we attract too much attention.
Is
I
anyone
agree.
hurt?
A little bit, but nothing I won't walk off.
Then let's walk.
I very quickly just like pile the bodies on top of each other and like stick an arrow in the ground.
There's only one corpse.
Oh, there's only one corpse. The rest is carried
Mhm.
off. Okay, I stick an arrow into the ground next to it, and walk off.
Bunch of cowardly rats. I guess more like dogs.
When she sticks the arrow down, I just look over and I just kind of nod at that. Not like at her or anything. I just see that and I'm just like that.
Luna's kind of
Send the
Actually-
message.
I need to check if I have any like, cloth or anything, because I'm not trying to get blood on my robes. Actually, no. Oh, fuck! If it like hit me in the arm, it would have cut through my cool little sleeve thingy. This game sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
My
a quick
fashion.
I have a quick question about 5th edition with like weapons and stuff. Like, do we always just have
Hit
to
me.
be like have them being drawn and whatnot? Like, if we roll initiative, does that mean like our weapons come out?
You little 3.5 baby. You're still thinking like that. No, we don't have actions like that. In 5e, it's considered as part of an attack action. You can draw anything. So,
Oh,
yeah.
so I could have just like had my blade appear as.
I think Pact of the Blade
It's
Warlock
different,
is a little different. If you
Oh,
already,
okay.
yeah, if you were already to have like a longsword that you have, because I think there's also you have like 2 different things, so it's a little weird. But Pact of the
Yeah,
Blade,
we should double
specifically-
check that. Yeah. Yeah. Typically with any other weapon that is part of it, I'm not edgy enough to be a warlock, so I have to check that up.
Okay, so I should have made my blade at the start of the day and just sheathed it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I got it now. I'll do that from now. I also was like, I can't take my shield out anymore, and it's like, oh shit, that's just this. I just do that. Okay, got it. I understand
more
now.
of-
Sorry.
It's more so you can like flex it if you're like, I'm gonna go into this.
Okay,
this
okay.
area.
So
Oh
it
yeah,
just, like,
it does require an
disappears.
action. Jesus Christ, man, warlocks.
But it's not
Warlocks,
like
am
a
I
soul
right?
knife. I think I summon
But
the
if you're
blade
disarmed,
and then I
you
just
could
kind of like sheath
appear,
it like
yeah.
everyone else does.
It would be kind of sick. It also doesn't say like there's a. I don't think there's a limitation on how long it could be out, so you could just have it up.
Yeah, I think it's just like start of the day, like brush your teeth,
Yeah.
summon
Wanna
your
flaunt
sword,
it?
Yeah,
Wanna flaunt
gear
it?
up.
Yeah,
So,
and-
Yeah.
as you
Oh, well.
put the arrow down nearby the knoll in the ground, doesn't seem any nearby threats. It's eerily quiet. The smell of this thing, it's like it's horrendous. You could just being near it. It's very, very filthy of a creature, it would seem.
Are we staring at this corpse? I thought we were just leaving.
Yeah, I assume just passing by it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we're good.
corpse smells nonetheless.
I don't understand
Making
why
your
those
way-
gnolls showed up. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I
I should
mean,
know of a town.
it is in the middle of town, so gnolls wouldn't normally be here. But also, no one has any degree of connection of who or what we are. There's no possible way there
Does
could
anyone
have been
have-
something.
Anyone have history? Luneth, I'm looking at you.
I
um,
actually also have history.
Roll with that
I do
history.
have
As you guys are thinking, what are gnolls doing here in the first place?
Hoocha, 21.
Only
I
12.
thought they were up in the hills and the plains. What are they doing in a city? Among the dark corridors.
I mean, I'm not going to assume I know this place's culture better than it.
As far as
I was leaning on the possibility that there were gnolls that just hung out here. We don't know.
I think Luneth
you
is a-
your character obviously doesn't, but Luneth, you'd be familiar with the other moniker of the city of Bezenter, once the capital city of the country. Now it looks as if it has fallen to some sort of ruin, though you know of its modern moniker. It's not known by its sort of historic name of Bezanter, but hey, it's a citadel of thieves. This is a place known historically now in modern day for its bands of miscreants, gangs that seemingly take hold of certain turfs
Mm.
across the city of Patchwork, a place that, well, is run by thieves, it would seem.
And I'm guessing it's not like some sort of formal walled-in city or anything like that.
You haven't seen any guard over in this part of the city.
So
Okay.
long story short, the city sucks.
Blows ass.
This
great
blows
city.
ass.
It's a great city to live in.
Yeah, so I guess as they walk away, she'll kind of just say, it's perhaps these gnolls could have been working with some of the various people that are in charge of Bezanter. As I believe the modern moniker is the City of Thieves that we have wandered into.
That would make sense then.
Places of thieves.
That being said, I do not think that we will have to worry about the law in particular when it comes to this. And she kind of gestures back at the dead gnolls and whatever other commotion was caused. Bloodstained streets and walls.
No one opened the
Let's just
window.
get out of the let's get out of here and onto the main streets. It is late, and honestly, we probably should have some. Does anyone have some form of light, such as the
Yes,
light
do
spell?
exactly that.
Oh, I do have I have lights that can dance around.
Anyone have light?
I don't think
I
I
just-
have light.
Yeah.
What?
What does that look like, Luneth, as you manifest these orbs?
Oh wait, well I think we're
Would you have it?
I think we'll hold off on it for now as we're trying to figure out what Asher wants.
Sure. You don't want to give away
Just
your position.
light, so it's not like completely dark, but because
Right. It's
Very
harder
easy to
for
get lost here. It's
you all
very
to
dark.
see in the dark.
There's no city, signs, no street signs here. It's just a rundown sort of ghetto, really.
quick double check on everyone's races again. I'm a human. You're an elf.
I'm a human.
I'm a human.
So you're the only one that can kind of see in the dark. So we would appreciate if you lit up light for the rest of us, please and thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
she'll definitely go ahead, Va.
Well, one of the things I listed over in that thing I sent you, Lou, I think was Devil's Sight. Is that a helpful thing here?
No, you don't have access to that.
I don't have access. Oh, okay.
You have a different thing.
Oh, right. I have to look at the specific list then.
Yeah, kind of snapping back to reality that she is not with elves. Luneth will, just like the tip of her staff, will kind of start to glow as 4 little orbs of light start to spiral out of it and take the glow with them and bathe them in light. She'll kind of send 2 of them a bit farther ahead, like maybe 20 or so feet ahead, so that we can see what's ahead of us.
Sure enough, you start noticing the markings on the nearby buildings, the signs that were otherwise sort of obfuscated by the deep shadows that seem to perpetually be growing here. There's a place of many locations to hide, and in fact, like turning on a flashlight in a dark room, suddenly those shadows seem just a bit darker as these orbs manifest and start dancing around and moving as they are, causing the shadows to dance the same. You continue down, wary now. There's a few more commotion. You hear people. At last, the past few blocks were eerily quiet. Some windows were open. They were just darkness inside. No one has lights. No one lights these streets. There's no. And before you, you notice one structure that kind of stands out in direct opposition to the sort of rundown nature of your environment. A rather nice structure made of stone. There's a short flight of stairs and leading to like this tall sort of double door, on of which bears a beautiful uh, relief of a sort of a figure kind of curled down, hands folded, and sort of looking, almost inviting whoever would open the door. Um, and as you sort of pass by that little landmark, you notice sort of on the far end, maybe about two streets down, you could see it because it's again a tall building, maybe about 5 stories, whereas everything else here is 2 to 3 stories at most. This other sort of building of stone, and that's like an almost an obelisk type shape, just this black sort of cylindrical silhouette. As you pass by the one with the strange relief on its door, you notice now there's a few more streetlights. In fact, you see an individual sort of very deftly balancing on a ladder with a an apparatus, a large pole with a little bit of lighting candle, kind of dipping on into what can only be assumed some sort of reservoir of oil, lighting the streets. It seems as if you've sort of stumbled on a bit more of a busier street.
I think in the case if there's streetlights and people, um, she's going to put the dancing lights away.
Perhaps we can ask someone over here for some help.
I certainly think it's nicer in this area, and hopefully we'll be able to find some sort of help.
You see,
Yeah, because we're still back where we started. We don't know anywhere where we're going right now.
no, it's
What kind of people do I see around me?
it's labyrinthine almost. The people here are oh
Oh no, Jin! Corruption dimension.
oh no,
Oh no, Jin!
the glitch has taken Jen.
Oh
She's-
no, bye,
she's
Jen.
gone. She's dead to us now.
Ah,
What's happened to Jin? What's happened to her?
No, we knew this was gonna happen. We
All
knew
right,
this was all
all
gonna
right.
happen, folks.
Oh.
We didn't say it, but
I will make an Arcana check to see if I can identify what's happening to Jin right now. What kind of foul magics are happening here? I only rolled a 13. I don't think I know.
13, pretty good, pretty good.
It's pretty good. What have I learned from this spell, Lou?
The glitch has her. There's only one way. There's only
has
one
her.
way of curing it.
The glitch has taken over Jin. I don't know how to dispel this.
Put me out! Take me out, Fox! I know you'll put me down clean.
I can only just smother you, Jen. That's the way to go.
Oh my goodness.
You kept looking, so.
oh,
right, Hold on 1 second, everyone. We're just gonna go to the screen over here real quick. Jin, if you wanna do something real quick there.
Okay, wait. Turn this off. Turn this on. Huh? Huh?
Maybe. Let's find out.
Is this any better?
All right, we've cured Jen.
You good?
We've healed
knew it.
her. We did it.
All it took was.
God.
Oh my
Sitting on a
goodness.
stoop, sort of cast by nearby sort of street lights. Many of the folks here seem to be quietly going about their business, and notably, there seems, well, I guess the most, vulnerable-looking individual is that of a older woman. In fact, she's very small, maybe a halfling. Just sort of sitting on one of the stoops, kind of looking and enjoying herself, smoking from a long pipe.
Hey, madam.
Hmm?
We're looking for the halls of what are the halls we were looking for?
Priyador.
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 Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
You're on the right
Any idea
path?
where?
I do, child. I do. You want to continue on down that street and pass by the Central Citadel. And then once you continue on, you find the corrections home. You can't miss it. Um, just keep on going until you see the Eastern Wall.
Fantastic! You are so helpful.
Thank you, child.
Very good. You got it. Let's go. Continue along towards the eastern wall.
Well, that was easy.
That was easy.
That certainly
It's
did
Gotta
look
ask the right
better.
easy.
people. It's almost like asking random homeless people wasn't very helpful.
I could.
I just side-eye
this feels
glare as I
too
just keep
easy.
walking.
And sure enough, leaving, you notice the buildings here are a bit cleaner, a bit better put together. They seem to almost grow as you go further and further. The streets themselves expand. It's as if the city breathes in and it expands. And finally, you see this looming structure, a sort of having several tiers to it, a vaguely sort of pyramid-like shape to it, casting a sort of a shadow over everything around. A main thoroughfare goes around this enormous and foreboding building. There you could see armed in mail and visibly armed, as well as a few on horseback. These sort of, I guess, local guards. Though, as you know, they kind of move and patrol about in the nearby businesses that kind of surround this central building, this main thoroughfare, you notice on their sort of shields, and they bear tabards as well, notably with an open palmed black hand on it. And their attention kind of is drawn, you see, vaguely towards your company as you pass on by. Though you see two of them um, just sort of break off from sort of a small company of some other two. The two start sort of making a beeline towards your company as you're going sort of straight, and they're almost like T-boning you, like they're coming right at you. One of them actually calls out, "You there! Halt!"
What do you want?
Uh,
Just ignore him.
Instinctually halts.
Instinction.
I slightly slip back into the middle of the group, and I make sure that any of my iconography of my deity is hidden.
Glad I didn't have to ask for that religion roll. As Sendri, you know very
I
clearly.
know exactly who these people are.
These
They are
Bainites,
they
the
are diametrically
followers,
opposed to everything I believe in.
the god of tyranny, among
Yep.
other things.
Hell yeah, tyranny.
And
Considering
Oh, no,
how opposed
tyranny.
they are to my deity, I honestly didn't think a religious check was necessary. Consider
Yeah.
like you'd have to.
I mean, I
the
don't
two
know.
approach,
I don't know.
and sure enough, they approach Luneth right away. You there? Show me your papers.
Yeah, of course. And I reach for those papers. I 100% have, right?
Yeah,
Do
of course.
we actually have papers?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
we have
course. You
papers.
need papers to come
We
in
have-
here. I mean, you had
Okay.
you got something stamped when you got off the boat. I mean, there's
Okay, yeah, fantastic. Yes, that's the thing. We definitely have. Yes.
Yes.
I show them my papers.
This individual kind of pops up their face guard, revealing sort of a human with a scraggly beard. See him. He nods. Here you go.
Much
He
appreciated.
gestures to the rest of you to see the papers. He very, very closely looking at the sort of signatures, the stamp, nodding to himself. And he gestures towards you, Sendri. Papers.
Would my papers indicate my faith in any way?
No, you don't
Okay,
think.
I I
You put it on there for some reason. You're like, I love my god. I'm gonna put it in my paper.
She like doodled a little picture of them on her paper.
with a little like
I
heart
hand
god.
I hand them my paper.
You see this man kind of reading almost painstakingly every word, very precisely. You could see his lips move as he's visibly sort of reading it in his mind. And then he looks back up at you, back down, and back up. He gives you the papers back. Sorry to bother you. Be on your
Hey.
way.
I continue walking without saying a word.
I nod and follow the group.
Follow.
Continue. You see they
That's for
stop
my
another
goddamn
company.
papers, but I. Moving on.
What was that?
You see
I
them
didn't ask
stop.
my goddamn papers, but that's fine.
I do like that he went for the elf first. Just like you.
Yeah, that's like that's some straight up prejudice up in there. I'm like, all right,
I
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
noticed that.
I don't
Sees an
get I don't
elf,
get my
looks
papers
over.
checked. There's some systematic issues here.
I wonder aloud to myself why Luneth was the first one to be investigated.
It's because I'm blue.
Because you're
Are you blue? Are you blue?
Tell by
Now you're
the
blue.
Red.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm
She
like
is
pale
a
blue.
moon elf.
canonically blue.
Oh.
So it makes
I have
sense that they were just like, what the fuck, yo, papers?
Yeah. Sorry,
Why-
I'm just
why
like
are
used to,
you
I'm used to
blue?
my I'm used to my blue house with my blue window.
Mhm.
Are you a Smurf?
Maybe you should cheer up, kiddo. Stop being so blue.
So your
I'm like
reaction
Three
isn't
Smurfs in
the
a
guard
trench
is
coat.
racist. Your reaction is, are you a Smurf?
What? That's not. That's out of character racism.
Blaming her for being pulled over. Okay.
In character, where there are issues, where out of character, there's other ones.
Oh man.
The looming structure kind of fades behind you.
Do I know
in
what
your
that structure
immediate
is?
sight. As far as you understand, there was something that Lannis was clear, um, that being perhaps the heart of the city itself,
Oh, okay.
the simply known as the Central Citadel. As far as your characters have gathered, that is a place where the governance is. Perhaps the very Tharshan themselves resides there, in that throne of power. Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
As a note, Tharshan is sort of locally sort of a governor, a term of rulership here in the land of Thay.
They sucks.
Moving
Seriously.
on from the wide
Even the map has to be red.
streets, soon the streets themselves sort of narrow and splinter off yet again. Here you could see a variety of sort of tenement buildings. There's sort of street level shops, all of which their doors and windows are closed. There are many people moving about until finally you find yourselves kind of looking at this sort of this street corner. You know you've been moving for about 40 minutes or so from
Mhm.
the west side now to the east side of the city. And you're looking at this corner building, and sure enough, in a brand sort of perhaps at one time was quite an opulent sign, Halls of Priyador. There's
Oh,
flanked
here we are.
by these sort of rather one time again ruinous looking sculptures of humanoid figures. The building itself is covered in a variety of glyphs and graffiti. There's trash strewn about this street here. Um, Run down, dirty, dingy. There's not many folks around, though you do see very visibly there are two figures that sort of patrol sort of the front end of the entrance itself. The door is closed, and visibly there is a padlock, not a padlock, but a chain and lock keeping it closed. The two figures that seem to be looking over this building, both bear tabards with an open palm of Bane. And you're seeing this sort of down the street, looking at that corner, just scoping it out a bit.
What do you
What do you
guys
guys do
think?
from here?
This looks like the place we're supposed to be.
Yes, but how do you think we should get in there?
Maybe we should look all around and see if there's a back window or a cellar.
It seems more of your realm than of mine, though I'm gonna be careful because these Banites aren't gonna like me, that's for sure.
I don't think Banites like
Well, they-
anyone.
But they
That's
recognize you
true.
on. They wouldn't recognize someone like you on sight, but
They wouldn't recognize me on sight, but the
Yeah.
things I carry on me, they would recognize my god, and that's the problem.
you knew what kind of mission we were going to be dealing with. Why didn't you find a better way to cover it up?
I did stash them just a moment ago when we encountered the other Banites. It's still possible they'll try to shake me down or investigate me, though.
That's fair.
If it comes to that,
can't
we'll
sta-
deal with them.
I can't simply leave my god behind, can I?
I've never been so attached, so I've never understood the. I don't want to say zealotry, but the investment that those have had in godhood.
I am not one
My
to love
apologies.
that which I might have come from. I hold no such obligations.
I cannot judge others for not sharing my views, but I will say that once you pass through these sort of trials and tribulations that I have, you sort of develop your own, this sort of deep love and bond for your deity. But I won't try to convince you otherwise.
We
I
all
wouldn't
must
try
go through our
convincing you the same.
trials of life that may change us.
Will those trials
She-
help us get into the halls?
Quick note. I look towards, like, as an out. I look towards Claire for a little bit, and I'm like, do you ever sheath that?
One does not simply just put away that which defines you.
Words.
And that we can see eye to eye for sure.
The only thing I want to see right now is a way to get into this place.
Looks like it's a rather nice building, 2 stories, you think? But only
With
2.
my investigation, I'm guessing investigation is just like if there's a bunch of crap on the ground, I investigate it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does
If
investigation help with like walking around the building and just like taking a look, open it out?
Yeah, if you're like actively searching an area, yeah, but it would be more so perception. If you're just sort of casing an area,
Okay,
you
so
start moving
casing would be
like
perception, yeah.
yeah, and this is like a passive perception what I described. So like if you want to, like Luneth had noted, want to kind of move around, can see if there's some other entrances that could lead to the building. It's up to you.
Should we
Or you
walk
could just-
around? How big was the building again? Like very large or?
Yeah, it's not enormous, though you by the looks of it, I mean, it looks like the building is sort of attached to some of its neighbors. So you're kind of you're not quite sure. It's at least 2 stories, and it has a a sizable sort of eastern wing to it.
And no one's noticed us yet.
There are a few folks that are seemingly keeping to their own business, and they don't. You know,
Is there
you
do I
get
see a
that sense.
spot right now that we could kind of like just walk to in kind of the shadows and just like, murmur amongst ourselves for a moment?
Yeah, that's what you do. I assume
That's what we're
you're
doing right now. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
I
really,
think
you could see the main door. There's chains on it, and there's the windows on the second floor. And that's kind of what you're seeing in the immediate. There's two Bay Knights that are like strictly patrolling um, the perimeter of the main
Okay.
entrance, really.
So what do you guys think? Some of us take a look around, see if there's any other promising entrances to this place.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is there possibly how tall is this place again?
About 2 stories or so. Yeah.
Is there any building nearby in which we might access, say, like a roof entrance?
Yeah. There's a few buildings. It looks like a tenement
Do
next
they have
door.
anything like a like alleyway ladders or entrances, anything like that, or no?
No, it's kind of built in to like the other buildings. But there's
Where are
no
the two buildings next to it?
a tenement, and by the looks of it, some
It's a tenement.
like an apartment building.
Oh, okay.
And
We could go through there. That doesn't seem not hard.
Want to all just head in there together right now then?
other one just seems to be a
Um,
shop that's closed. It's nighttime.
yeah. Let's go into the apartments because if we just act like we are part, that shouldn't be a problem. Try not to look.
Let's act like we
Try
live
not to
there.
stand out. Yeah, act like you live there. It should be more than
Me
fine.
noting that no matter what, I will probably stand out. Let's just act like we live there. I won't be inconspicuous, but I can try to look
we
like
can
I
check it out.
belong.
Hey, go over to
As
the
just looks
tenement.
confused. This doesn't make. Yes, of course. That makes
There's
sense.
there's a short stoop that leads up into it. You open the door. It's unlocked. You just walk right on in.
All right.
It leads on
Perfect.
into a bit of a lobby where you see on your immediate left, kind of nearby a table, sitting on a chair, is sort of this human man with built like a refrigerator, a wide, large
Hi, boy.
set of an individual, and an equally large and droopy dog, a bloodhound of sorts.
Aw.
It's large and sort of laying
Furry.
next to him. He's kind of petting him, and the jowls of the dog just get up from its nipping, biting on a bone. Just, and looks in your direction as you enter on in, which draws this man's attention. Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening. Well, just going on through.
The man's face looks like he got punched a few times, straight square in the noggin, and his nose didn't set right. His face, his brow is heavy set, as he just nods. The dog noisily slobs back on its bone.
We just walk on by.
Dog self.
There's a flight of stairs, ahead of you. To your immediate right is sort of a shorter flight of stairs that leads down a hall, where you see doors kind of flanking.
I think if we're just trying to like act natural, I imagine we just head up the stairs. And
Yeah, we just walk through. We just
Walk
walk
up
through.
the
That's what I was
stairs.
saying earlier. Just
Yeah,
walk
you
through.
you walk
Just
right
walk
on
through,
through.
see the
Go up,
stairs, walk up them.
natural.
and you get to the stairs, and you hear the man call back, "Common rooms down, ground level."
Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
We just keep walking.
Well, we go towards the ground level as I am acting as if we were lost and he corrected us. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
kind of
I head
Yeah,
to what he
effectively.
said. Yeah.
So you go. What about the other three?
Yes. Yeah. I also do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
I
the
don't
man
think
just kind of
anyone's-
waves like he gestures down the other hall. Around there, common room.
Common room.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna chase us down, but he seems like he's a little out of sorts. So he's like, yeah, no, we know what we're doing. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
The first few doors to the left and right are closed until you see on the far right an open door, sound of slight commotion. As you kind of peer on in, you could see a variety of cots that are filling the interior, where you see figures sort of in the middle of just sort of keeping their things together and preparing for a night's rest. Now and then, some of them kind of look up as you all enter on in, and it becomes very clear to you the folks in here are disheveled, unkempt, filthy. As it's almost like you walked into like, oh, this is like a little bit of an awkward air to the environment. As many of the folks here do not seem nearly as well off as you.
Right.
Ash, what
Uh,
exactly were we doing in here?
Is there another exit in this
So
room, or like, do I see anything? Or
if we so the
No.
idea is that these apartments should lead roughly upwards, like stairways. So these apartments have a second floor, so we should go upwards
Mm-hmm.
and use that to see if we can access a rooftop of the halls next door. You know, like
If you
Spider-Man.
if you wanted to do that, that's all you had to say. We
Yeah,
can just head
that's what
back out. I think I know a way to get us up there.
Oh, wait,
Oh.
what? Why didn't you say that something earlier?
I didn't know if you voiced it in or out of character.
That's fair.
we're trying to stack
I
naturally.
mean, aren't yeah.
Yeah.
So aren't we able to like aren't we able to get to like the highest floor of this place or no? Or
Yeah, you kind of walk into this room. There's like an awkward
no,
stare down
not
of
this room. I mean
people,
so
and then,
is this the
oh,
highest we can go? There's not like a rooftop
no,
access?
you're ground level. You were going up
there
the
there
stairs
was
upstairs,
stairs, but then he said common rooms that way, and then we all
the
kind
man
of
with the
acted
dog was
natural,
like,
like,
"Common
oh,
room that
okay,
way."
thank you.
Oh, so I was
we got-
imagining that I was just like still walking upwards regardless.
Oh,
That's what I
Oh,
was
okay,
imagining.
okay,
So I was acting like, yes, I know, buddy. I kept walking upwards.
oh, okay.
That's
oh,
what I
so-
meant.
Gotcha. He would have just been like, "Meh."
Exactly what I was thinking. The guy was too lazy to have would have stopped us if we
Okay,
if-
And that's
so
when the three of you
yeah.
notice
so the three of us.
the shed is not with you, and you kind of like awkwardly
Um,
turn around, leave the common room, and
Yeah, I just,
go down the
I just
hall.
turn back around, and head towards the stairs.
The man busy with his dog kind of looks up. Hmm? Just seems sort of confused as you go back up the stairs. He's,
When he looks up,
Yeah, exactly.
that's all right, Bruce. You're
He
okay.
doesn't
Alright.
care. He
we
legitimately
we
does
just
not
go.
care.
Okay.
Can I just wave like, yeah, sorry.
Continues hanging out with his dog.
I just walk. Up the
I
stairs, yeah.
keep going upstairs to the highest
Not
floor
that
and see if
golden.
there's a rooftop access.
You make your way to the second floor. There's the stairs stop at that point, and you just sort of go down. It leads to a hall, sort of a wood plank floor, creaking with each step as you make your way, flanked by doors that are closed. At the far end, though, you could see there's a door that leads to another flight of stairs. This door, unfortunately, is locked.
Okay.
That's when you
And
turn
this
and
is
you
the
see the other
this
three.
is the highest floor possible.
Yeah, and you could look. There's like a nearby window, and you could see. Okay, you're on the second floor. You could see kind of the halls of Priyador. That's next door, but it's kind of like they're on the same face, right? So if you popped your head out of that window, it's like you could just see the other building, kind of.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, I can solve the locked door problem or try to.
So I guess we walk up now and catch up to Dee's character.
Yeah. So
What do you see?
did you open the door, or
The door itself is quiet. I mean, not quiet, locked. That leads up, assumedly, to the roof.
Does any of you know how to open an unlocked door?
I know how to open a locked door. It
I
might
like
not be
step
the
aside.
quietest way to open a locked door, but I can sure try.
Go for it.
Yes. It won't be
Oh.
loud, right? Not to assume anything, but
Might not be the quietest, might be a little bit loud.
Do we have any other ways to open this door?
I
know
mean,
I have a way to get us to the roof. As I said, well, I
What
guess
way is
Ash
that?
wasn't. It's a spell.
do you fly?
Not
What's-
quite.
What's the spell?
It'll help you climb walls, basically. So
Oh, spy. Oh, okay.
I could have our friend Sindri here, climb and hoist us up on a rope. I think we can all climb rope, right?
Yeah, that could have been way better than what I was thinking of. Yeah.
That's a much
Let's
quieter
go with
idea.
Awkwardly shuffle.
So you want us to go back downstairs and try this instead of seeing if we can open this door?
It might be better.
Can't we also go out the window?
You could, yeah.
The window just leads to the roof?
Window is right next to you.
Yeah, it's less climbing than going back down to the ground floor and climbing up from there.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know whenever you're ready, Sindri, and
So basically, I'm gonna climb the roof and put her up down.
okay.
So
You know, it lasts a while anyway.
you guys just go back downstairs?
Yeah, apparently.
Well,
I
I
just-
just climb out the window.
So
here.
so when they all walk down,
No,
just-
just gesturing to the window nearby you.
Mm-hmm.
Just go out the second story window here, climb up.
Yeah, why don't
Uh-huh.
I cross less distance up the wall and then put the rope down than starting from the ground floor?
Okay.
Also, does anyone have a rope? Because I don't.
I do.
Okay.
So while they're
So,
discussing this, I'm gonna walk to the window and just try to open it, see if it's opened.
Yeah,
See if it can open.
you open it right up. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Let me climb this wall and put a rope down.
All right, and so I will, with my staff, kind of do a little motion above Sindri's head, and I will cast Spider Climb.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Target.
spider climb. Okay, we're good.
Target one willing creature you touch.
Don't
I'm
say it
more
like
than willing to
that.
have Jin Kitsu touch me.
Oh my god!
You feel a strange sort of tingly feeling of the tips of your fingers running down your arms as you kind of touch the wall ever so slightly. You could feel it's almost as if you could grab hold of it without actually grabbing hold of it. And sure enough, as you crawl on out the window, you climb right on up, finding yourself
What?
on the roof of the building itself. You get ready to kind of unfurl the rope down. Why don't you give me a stealth roll there, Sindri?
Oh. Okay.
Your forte, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you just get, you get the rope down, and soon after Sindri climbs up, the rest of you just see the rope go on down.
I guess I try to climb up the rope.
You are at first taken aback by the amount of sort of awkwardness and strength that it requires. So give me an athletics roll. As you
Athletics.
lean
not-
out of the window, and then your whole body weight kind of goes on the rope, and you start
Not-
climbing on up it.
Not
Athletics.
acrobatics.
I don't think acrobatics is saving you here.
I have a question. Couldn't she hold the rope and I pull her up with my strength instead of having her climb the rope herself?
Yeah, if you like.
Would that
How do you
that would
convey
be
that, though, as it
dexterity for
wasn't-
me, right?
As it wasn't conveyed before, how do you convey that? As you could see, someone is going to climb out, onto the rope. And you
Okay,
see, sure enough,
I
it's
know what my
Clara.
character does. Okay, I grab the rope, right, as if I'm like holding on to it, and then I just kind of like tug it a little, like as if I'm signaling to be pulled up.
That works for me.
Uh,
I get it.
Give me that athletics roll there, Sindri, as you're like, you grab hold of the rope and you try to hoist.
All
Hoist
right,
it. All right.
I'm the athletic one, so let's hope this goes well. Oh, I'm so strong. Look at these muscles.
And
You're
sure
so
enough, Claret is quite light, and you're easily able to get her up onto the roof. As Luneth and Esh,
yes.
who goes next?
When can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So once I'm up, I'm gonna back away a little bit, and can I just like take a look around me to see if like anything's going on, try to scout the place out, or while they're doing what they're doing?
You could see just on the rooftops, you have a pretty nice vantage point of the cityscape here. Looking on down, you could see some of the streets and some of the figures that are moving about. But up here, it seems like you're alone. You give me a perception check as you're kind of taking a look, kind of scouting out a bit.
Like just take a little look, see if I notice anything.
No, look, see.
11 there.
11, nothing immediately jumps out at you.
Okay.
It seems like, well, who else would be on roofs?
Who else would be here?
By the looks of it, though, you do notice that the neighboring building does seem to connect. There's no alleyway, so you could simply just walk on over. It might be a little balance involved, but
Okay. All right, go back to your climbing.
Okay,
You want to go next, or
I got it. Athletics, you said?
hey, you grab hold of the rope and you ready yourself.
I
Come
am
on.
not very strong. So. Ah! 20, we're good.
You
Doesn't
grit your
matter.
teeth and you feel yourself just trying and trying. Something pushes you over that edge and you figure it out.
Pretty
You're
good
down
at
to
edging.
feet,
Yeah, I got it.
and you're at the top of the roof. The rope goes back down. Lunath, you go to reach for the rope until you hear commotion behind you. Hey, you there! Sure enough, it's the man with the bloodhound. What are you doing?
Back.
He's at the
feeling
far
the
end
breeze.
of the hall, maybe about 30 feet or so from you.
It was a little stuffy out here. I was just
Huh?
wanted some fresh
What's
air.
that rope doing? Hey! He starts waddling his way on over.
Oh,
You
good.
there!
Oh, kids up.
Pull me up! Pull me up!
You
think-
leap onto the rope. Pull me up! Pull me up! Hey, wait!
I'm a yank. Let's go.
Give me athletics roll, Sentry.
Yoink.
You struggle. Oh, maybe Luneth, you're kind of panicking a bit. As the man, he's not that fast. He's not that fast, but his dog is fast. And the dog, he lets go of the dog's collar, and the dog just starts lumbering on over his big bloodhound, slobbering, flailing out of its jowls as it makes its way on over. You just get above the window as it sticks his head out. It starts howling.
Can I do something when I hear that howling going off?
Yeah, you just hear sudden commotion as Sendri is pulling up Luneth.
So wait, is this okay? Are we on the halls right now?
You're on the
rope?
building next door. By the looks of it,
God.
well, the
God,
halls
God,
should be
God,
next door. A little bit of a balance, a little precarious, but all right, yeah.
We should have just walked outside normally.
It's okay.
You're gonna do something, Claret?
No.
Okay. Other than a loud bit of howling from the hound, you get up on top of the roof, Luneth, with the help of Sentry.
Okay.
All right, Bruce, that's enough. That's enough. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Okay.
You overhear the man and the stomping of his feet. The dog continues to make a whole bunch of sounds.
Everyone's up.
I think we're
Everyone's
good.
up at this point.
You think they're gonna give chase?
I don't think so. It was just
They
the old
probably
man
will.
and the dog. But
How
I
many
did-
people did he see?
Oh, it was just the old man and the dog in the hallway.
No, how many people
Oh,
did they see? Was it just
As far as you know, Luneth, I think it was just a man caught you climbing out of a window.
block the rooftop entrance and we need to like immediately move on to the next door.
Okay.
Are we gonna block it?
I don't know. How about we just book it? We just go all the way to the. I guess we just go all the way to the bottom. Wait, are we on the roof or are we on the bottom?
You're on
On
the
the
roof
roof.
of the
On the
temple
roof.
We just
building.
climbed up to
So-
the roof.
Mhm.
Oh God, we're getting in trouble. Okay, so from here we can see. We can see that building. Is it? How far is it? How far is it away from us? Is it like a leap away or?
Not a leap. It's actually right up against, maybe a little bit of a hop, though you could see it's a little precarious. The roof that you're on kind of goes up a bit, and then you kind of have to balance to kind of throw your leg over onto the
We don't have a
roof.
lot of time. I jump across.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics perfectly.
As you run up, you jump.
Give me an acrobatics.
Jump across.
20 plus 5. Don't fuck it. Don't fuck it. I fucked it. I got 7. I got
Oh
I
boy.
rolled a 2. All right. I fucked it.
You jump and you land onto the other side, but you hit your shoulder a bit harder than you had thought to take 2 damage as you
No
kind of
biggie.
awkwardly kind of fall down and you just throw yourself over to the other side of the building here.
I'll run
I
after
assume
and
the other 3 try the same.
I'll do my jump as well.
We all acrobatics rolls. Unless you're
I-
I mean, you said that there's a way to do it if it's slower and more carefully, right?
yeah.
We don't have slower more carefully. There's a guy that's possibly gonna chase us.
He's an old man.
He's an old man.
You guys can argue. I
and-
jumped.
Can I? Okay. Out of character, real quickly. Do you trust old people that catch you doing suspicious stuff right now? Do you trust any old person that catches you
No,
doing
I'm,
something
like,
suspicious?
I'm
right now?
hurrying.
It wasn't that old.
I'm
We gotta do
jumping.
this. It was
Also
bad.
nice walks.
This is the boomer argument. Let's go.
Clara,
I was
you
under the impression with Lou that it really wasn't like jump worthy. Like you can kind of just
yeah, you don't really have to jump, but it's a little. You need a little.
I do the
balance
jump
to get
anyway.
across it.
I just want to make the jump. I just jump.
A graceful step, a hop, and you're over.
I'm gonna jump because it's cool.
Graceful, maybe not so much, but you're over.
I think the jump is the
Oh,
better
sturdy.
idea, just so I don't like fall down or anything. Hi.
Hi, Desiana.
You leap across, and your foot slips, and you just boom hit your face on the edge of the building as you roll on over, taking 3 damage.
You know, I could have tried to catch you when you jumped, Luna.
Holding
Yeah.
your face, it hurts.
It's okay. You live and you learn.
Let's keep moving.
Ow.
So, do we
On
see like an
top of
opening? Okay.
what you seem to be the halls of Priyador, you see there's a bit of light, a central sort of circular window, and looming on over. You could see it's some sort of living quarter, a dormitory of sorts, where you could see just a few figures moving about, shuffling. Most notably, you see 3 figures, 2 of which bear sort of these fairly comfortable, not particularly regal looking, but fairly comfortable robes of crimson, distinct crimson red. They move the cowls, just down, and they're holding books, both of them. The third one just seems to be sort of on a rug on its knees, looking at a central sort of shrine of sorts, where you could sort of make out this stonework, the sculpture. Maybe it was painted or something. It looks like it was made of obsidian. It's just black. There stands a figure, a hand holding sort of this glass orb. The figure itself, the sculpture depicting some robed figure, a crown on its head, a face of a skull. And the third person is just sort of on their knees on like a nice sort of rug, like a plush rug like a prayer rug, and just sort of bowing down and doing some sort of ritual before this thing.
Does anything in this room look like obviously like the idol that was described to us, or?
As you look around, you see a few sort of decor, small portraits, paintings on the walls, some pottery, flowers, and the like.
Doesn't look like.
Other than that, it's fairly sparse. You don't see any idol or. Then again, the sculpture there doesn't look like a queen. It's not white. It's very much black and large. Not quite sure how you get that thing out.
Yeah, so I convey it to the party. I don't think I see the idol in there. This was just like one window that we saw.
Yeah, this seems to be the only window on the roof, right? So like the circular window, you look down, and this window is right sort of above that sculpture slash shrine. And the two figures just kind of like one goes out of your line of sight and the other one sort of opens up one of the nearby doors, goes in. Very briefly, you could see looks like some bedding in there, looks like some sort of private chamber that the other figure went into. The third figure is there until they're by themselves and they're still sort of praying before this sculpture.
Does it look like something we'd be able to jump down into? Like
Yeah. Be a little bit of a hard on your knees, but no, you're right.
Should we disable this guy and then jump down in there?
What an option.
Who's the quickest to disable him?
Looks at Senji.
Probably me if you want me to take him out in one hit.
Could try to put him to
can-
sleep.
Does anyone can anyone cast that?
Well, that's why I said it. But why else would I suggest it?
I look towards the wizard.
I just said I could try to put him to sleep.
I think she suggested something.
Oh, wait, you cast sleep. Oh, you can. Okay, sorry. I'm like, wizards, warlocks can cast sleep.
You have that little
Well,
faith in me.
You seem more the slashing and bashing type, so.
Would you prefer I
If you-
dive
That
down there
info-
with my blade with flames coming from it, invoking the name of my patron?
You're not helping my point.
If you want to say
Would you
more,
prefer
yeah.
that?
You could. That's roughly what I expected out of you.
Frustrated, I will attempt to cast sleep on the person who's down there because I'm frustrated now by this.
Out of spite.
Out of spite.
Out of spite. What does it look like when you cast this spell? You are successful. Figure does go to sleep, but what does this look like?
Okay. I kind of raise my left hand up, which is like because I'm a righty with my sword typically, so I raise up my left hand as I look down there, the spot where he is, because I think this is like a 20-foot radius of sleep, whatever it is. And it just starts glowing, this like greenish, otherworldly glow as I look down there. And as I just slowly close my hand like a fist as the spell's being cast. As the sleep
See
I'm a
him
little
bob
sets in
down
on him.
and then just kind of slumps over slightly.
Are y'all casting sleep right?
It worked,
this like
didn't
the
it?
sleep
Do you have a
spell?
problem?
Typically you roll like 5d8. I was very confused. And I think
Oh.
Lou just rolled a save. Are you playing 3.5 seconds still?
Oh, sorry, yeah, roll 5d8.
Are you
okay.
guys still playing
I don't know.
3.5 here?
I just cast it and the DM
so
started
used to it.
doing things. I don't
picked
know.
the
Okay.
spell and you-
Look, the DM just did a thing and told me to describe it, okay?
That's 5d8.
All right.
That's 20. The same effect happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like really confused. Like, wait, is
I'm
this not
sorry.
sleep?
Listen, I
was
don't know. I'm going by the DM, okay?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You 3.5 baby. It's all right.
What? Excuse me. All right. I prefer Pathfinder anyway. All right.
It's all the same.
Now that would start a fight.
I'd be willing
No,
to
you
win.
won't be asleep for long.
I'm ready to win, but like,
Anyway. So I just kind of look over like, all right, let's get in there.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
hell yeah, let's go.
So
The window itself, you could see where a latch is. You'll need a sleight of hand to open it. At least one of you.
can one of you do that?
I don't think I.
Someone open this.
Just a latch?
Yeah, but it's not budging.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Sleight of hand. That's my specialty.
Really?
Apparently.
You
Didn't
say
say
this
it
out
well.
loud. I quirk an eyebrow and like I nod when my doubts are affirmed.
You see it just able to slide one of the panes over slightly, allowing you all to jump on down. Jumping on down, you could sit down on the ledge, you could hang down and then drop, and wouldn't be any risk of any pain.
I
Or
do
you
the
can just
non-risky option.
Jump down.
I
I
do
think
the
I'll-
non-risky option.
Got you.
I
Who's
think
first?
we solid snake it.
Who's first?
Could I lure people to the rope? I mean, is that also a non-risky option?
All right. Well, she's
Sandra,
looking at the
you
rope.
show
I
the
just
rope?
I just look at that and then I just go over and I just kind of do the safe option to get down.
Laura just descends on down. Your feet land. You look around. There's only the figure sleeping before you. There's to your left and right. You see a few more closed doors, assumedly personal chambers.
That's the ones we saw them go.
Yeah, you saw
Okay.
one of them go into. You see on the far end of the room is a sort of a banister, a flight of stairs that goes down.
I wait for the others to come down.
I followed
I mean,
after.
Yeah, seeing that.
Oh, let's go the safe way.
Seeing she didn't die, I guess we'll just go the safe way.
As the rest of your companions are landing on in to this place, it's otherwise fairly quiet within the interior here. There's a few sort of candles that are lit in the interior, but it's not a tremendously well lit area here. You could ever so slightly notice the man just kind of rustling around in his sleep slightly. You know the spell is wearing off at this point. Claret, what do you do?
Well, we should have enough time for just like make it over to the stairs and get down, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I start heading to the stairs and I just motion, like wave my hand quickly
I go on quickly.
Let's go.
to signify haste.
Flight of stairs leads to a second flight, and sure enough, like sort of like an L-shaped gesture deal, and perhaps Sendri, you're the last to kind of notice that the man just kind of waking up, kind of rubbing his head as he's sort of sitting back up. You go downstairs.
Okay.
Down here, you could see, most notably, that there kind of bends to two halls where you could see um, sort of chipped oaken wood interiors that are laden with old bits, head busts, paintings, and the like that are on display here. It's a wide variety of things on display. To your left, you could see looks like some sort of wing where there's a lot of glasswork, things in glass that's on display. And on your right, well, that hallway continues a bit, and it's safe to assume that kind of leads to the main entrance where you had seen the double doors outside.
If that heads toward where the doors are, then I would.
Yeah, like the
I would.
lobby.
I would
kind of
probably
door.
head towards the other way because I'm trying to look for something.
I think that the classroom seems promising.
I agree.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna follow the party. Seems we have a forte in mine.
I'll head in that direction.
The wood creaks ever so slightly with your footsteps as you make your way on into this sort of wing. You could see in sort of an old sort of relief overhead the entrance of this section, the blue breath of change, and the interior sort of this hall sort of opens on up to a larger chamber. It looks sort of like a museum. There's all variety of landscape paintings, though what they depict are blasted and warped landscapes, twisted and gnarled trees, soil that is blackened or sort of having this strange bluish fiery glow to it. Paintings that depict people kind of dancing in turmoil, running from something, panicked and estranged faces. There are strangely glowing minerals and almost otherworldly flora that are held behind glass displays, as well as a variety of animal and humanoid body parts and organs kept in formaldehyde sealed containers here. There is a centerpiece on display of a feminine statue holding with both hands this sort of stained glass blue sphere. Its interior lit with this eerie, icy glow. The sculpture of this feminine figure has this sort of exaggerated, maddened smile to her. She's sort of looking down at it as you walk on in. This chamber continues off to another hall.
Does that look like what we came for?
Do we know do we know exactly what the thing we wanted looked like? Because we could be mistaken.
Give me a history. History.
I got it. The history +5. Don't beef it. 18.
Looking around, these surely are artists' renditions of a rather tumultuous time, known as the Blue Breath of Change, very on the nose. What assumedly the sculpture, mainly the centerpiece, that being a depiction of a once Zolkir of divination in a time before, well over 100 years ago. Yafil was its name, though the sculpture looks very different from what you remember in sort of Thayan historical texts. This sculpture depicts her almost like a fiendish looking sort of maddened woman, and the sphere itself having some sort of connection with her and the blue breath of change, the spell plague, also known as. But the white idol is connected to Yafil. The white idol, the white queen. That was a black queen as well, you think?
It looks off, you guys.
You think we should look
Doesn't-
elsewhere?
It doesn't seem right, but should we steal it anyways?
It is tempting.
It doesn't. Feels like a trap.
Hmm. Let's keep looking down the hallway.
If it's a trash,
Yeah.
maybe
There's
we
more
can
down this
steal
way.
it.
Let's see if there's something else there. If not, we'll come back and grab this one.
Okay, all right. If that, that might work. I'm just so uncertain about this one. But
We can come
all
back
right,
and
all
grab
right,
this.
we'll do that.
Let's look first, real quick. We're uncertain.
Yeah, let's keep looking.
You sneak by the centerpiece, and it's even eerily, it's almost as if its eyes follow you. The way it's sculpted, it's very strange. That perhaps maybe it's in conjunction with the variety of stored sort of organs and animal fetuses and the like that all look very strange and don't look natural, mutated and rather otherworldly ways, entering on into what you could assume to be a sort of the northern portion of the halls. You could see another sign, and again, this place is dust kind of covers it. It's not that clean. There's not graffiti about, but there might as well be trash. But no, it's just like the outside. The inside is not as not any better. Again, there are a few lights lighting up the interiors here. Here you see the People's Liberation, a sign where there are a variety of paintings on display here depicting a variety of scenes. Most striking is sort of a painting that depicts a sort of a handsome young pale-faced red wizard holding black chains in his hands that bear down around the necks of 7 other red-robed wizards.
Don't like that painting.
Other depictions show roiling black waters crashing and engulfing vessels, a river where there's pale and bloated bodies floating on its surface, a cityscape engulfed in flame. Pleasant stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's to some people that'd be pleasant.
Do we see anything
I'm not a fan.
of worth sitting around somewhere in the room, other than the
Paintings
paintings?
look pretty nice, but no idols, no sculptures, no objects. It would seem.
Nothing. Does the
Are
hallway
we even
continue
sure-
on, or is this the end?
And we have the right place, but it has to be hidden somewhere we don't know.
It's kind of dark in here as well. You're kind of looking around.
Do we want to risk turning on the lights though?
I could make them very dim.
I'll trust you. We could do that.
Give it a
Okay,
shot.
so yeah, you can kind of manipulate the dancing lights so that it'll only be like a 5 foot radius of bright light and 5 feet of dim light.
Okay.
All right.
These weakened motes manifest, and you kind of send them out along the perimeter and nearby you, right? And you
Should I investigate with her help with the light?
Yeah.
All right. I'll investigate.
start
Use my
investigating.
investigation. Should I roll
As
it?
you
Or?
have the light, investigate with advantage. What does Shet and
How does-
Sendry do?
So investigation advantage.
Let's see.
Oh. Team
I
effort.
have
Look at this team effort.
I have perception as a
cool.
skill. Is that anything that could possibly help here with what we're doing?
If you're keeping watch, give me a perception roll.
Yeah, I'll keep watch.
Yeah.
I'll just keep watch.
As they're kind of looking around, looking at these depictions, these paintings.
Yep, I'm here to
Rather
guard.
macabre, rather morbid.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. It's just very quiet. It's like you broke into a museum at night when it closed. And though you don't see any guards or anything, actually, it's very quiet other than those that were on the second floor. And sure enough, with the help of the lights from your companion, Clarette, you look about and you spot there sort of a little bit of an alcove off to the side. It's
Ooh.
outside. It's in the hallway that connects the and north and eastern wing. There's a slight alcove where there's just this door, this private sort of door. And as you look at it, peering on in, you can see there's a short flight of steps going down. A little window in there.
So I'll motion to the others. Wave them over to where we are.
Well, I will go along.
Yeah, I'll just nod and be ready to go along.
All right.
Try down here.
Door's unlocked as you open it.
Open it.
Leads on to a flight of stairs. A short flight of stairs going on down below.
As we go down, I'll just say, shut it behind you. And I lead the way down.
I will take up the rear.
I will pull out my bow in case something goes down.
Will you shut the door behind you, like I said?
Yes, I'll shut the door behind me.
Quietly close it.
Ooh, woo.
Making sure players say it and DM says door was shut.
Yeah. Soon enough, you find yourselves in a very almost claustrophobic chamber where there's a variety of canvases draped over crates and barrels and a variety of storage containers here. There's this musky, sort of dusty scent.
Musky,
that-
husky scent.
Yes, that lingers in the air here as it's. You could see a variety of beams and reinforcements about in this sort of storage section of the building. As you kind of look around,
Oh, one sec. We have a frozen camera real quick. Real quick.
Huh?
Am I working?
Am I good?
I think you're working. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
Technical difficulties.
the glitch. You never know when it'll come back.
I played.
But sure enough, you find yourselves down in this sort of storage chamber, and most of which is sort of covered. There's a few masks and small head busts and sculptures that are partially covered. You feel as if eyes are on you, these inanimate things watching.
Creepy. I guess I just start investigating around. It's dark in here, right?
Yeah, well, with the lights.
She has
yeah,
light.
help.
So I'll motion to Lunith to help me investigate around here again.
Yeah, she'll definitely help you out.
Do I do it with advantage again or just regular?
Investigation with advantage. Same thing as the two of them are doing that. Ash and
wow.
Sundry.
Look at this
You're so
investigation.
crazy.
Look at this investigation team over here.
Why don't we just quit and become a private
Do I
investigator?
also need to investigate?
If you want to also investigate, yeah, sure.
I can't use perception like Sendry's using, or no?
No, well, perception is like if you're not really actively searching through this stuff, you're just kind of keeping an eye out. Looking up at the
Alright, got it,
ceiling,
got it.
door. Yeah.
All right, so let's use investigation then.
Okay. Yeah.
Ah!
If you're not actively.
10.
Yep. You start searching.
I am going to continue keeping watch and perceiving my surroundings and maybe do a bit better this time.
Yeah. We'll see. Nope.
Not doing a good job tonight.
And sure enough, the two of you, Luneth Claret, you're searching around, and as this takes some time, right? It takes about 10, 15 minutes or so of you and Esh, you guys are all sort of searching the while Sentry, you're kind of keeping close, keeping an eye out until you're looking, and sure enough, you spot just having this eureka moment. You notice this white, kind of about the size of a adult human's hand, a white idol of a robed feminine figure, um, their hands together in a slight bow. Ah, that must be it.
Does it look like an idol of like a red wizard or something?
Could be.
Is it
It's
bald?
made of a nice sort of smooth surfaced mineral.
Is it bald?
By the looks of it, it is.
All right. So when I pick it up, I'm just staring at it for a moment, and like I obviously am like upset seeing this. Like I'm kind of lost in thought for.
Well, if that's what we're looking for, then maybe we shouldn't linger for much longer.
I just glance back, and I'm like, yeah, let's. This looks like it's it. Here, you take it.
Ew.
I hand it like I don't want to be touching this thing.
I'll hold on to it. Right,
All right,
back up.
and then
Are you all good?
we got it.
All right. I think that was clean. Well, I mean, aside from the various people that know our faces caught us, but we could probably
Let's just
still
hurry
be
out
fine
of here.
after this.
Come on.
All right.
Get out of here.
Start making our way back up then.
Ash, can you give me a con save?
A con save?
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Don't beef it. 18.
You're like, okay, good. All right, let's get out of here. And there's this weird, like the hair stand on the back of your neck, and you just sort of stop for a moment, and you slowly look over your shoulder as you just see this spindly spectral form, just filaments of it, almost like attached to the back of your skull and to your sort of shoulder, kind of receding it, this amorphous, gaseous-like form. Vaguely, you could see in its shadowy visage a face, as it just hungrily.
Great. Fantastic.
And that's
all right.
that. We'll end the session there, I think.
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
That sounds good then.
Oh man.
So I just noticed the time. I was like, ooh.
That is true. We
Yeah,
we got a
wow.
late start for today, and it is midnight, so we'll stop it for here.
Well,
tonight. We stop the music here for a moment. Well, let's put some tavern music on. There.
Hey!
That's evening in the city.
Da,
Where was the tavern
dun, da.
Hold on a second. I am very organized.
Ready?
I'll have you all know. I'll have you all know I'm very organized here.
I've been
Yes,
frozen
we
again.
absolutely believe you.
Get a little tavern music there. Well, everyone, thank you all for joining us for our first session of DiceTubers. I guess before we go for tonight, is there anything chat would like to ask us? Like any questions about our characters or like what happened in the session today you might be confused about, or we could take a couple minutes.
I hope no one knows what my class is yet.
I think you're
Cool.
in the
It's been very-
shadows.
It's been pretty unclear.
I think everyone figured out what my class is
I'm a
already.
ranger.
I think
Yeah,
people
yeah.
figured
You're
me
a
out.
druid,
wow.
right, Fox?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
I'm a
yeah, with the packed
Totally a
weapon
druid.
druid. That's
Yeah,
a new
packed
one
weapon
in
druid.
Fizbin's Book of Wonders. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Clarit with the patron bloodbath. How mysterious.
Do any of the characters like cheese?
Do
Yeah,
any of the
cheese is
characters
pretty
like
okay.
cheese?
Why not?
Clarit does not enjoy this question just because she is named after wine. You think she just likes cheese as well? How dare you try to be
She
so
doesn't like
patronizing towards her?
You don't? I like cheese.
Yo, wait,
Just
hold
'cause
on.
she
I've got a
likes
meme I need to
cheese.
send y'all.
Oh, okay.
I feel like much like myself in real life. Lena is a little frail. Doesn't do well with the dairy.
There was this
real stomach.
there was this Tumblr meme ages ago. I'll send this in our chat, but like here you go.
Sure. Yeah, for anyone who caught us late, I'm Voxandra. If you're new here, host of the channel, we got Dice Queen D here from.
I like RPGs and big boobs.
Hi.
And then we also
Hi.
have Jin Kitsu, who you guys should be following
Hello.
all these people, by the way. And Olivia.
I'm not as
Crowley.
open about my love for, those things, but
But you do, we know.
These are
Yeah,
the
I
happy
mean,
boobs.
you were the thirstiest one in this session. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you on?
And I'm the second thirstiest because I played into it.
wait,
It happens.
I'm not the thirstiest. What makes you
That's
say
good. Thank you,
that?
thank you for the sub. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
I
had
was-
the alerts off. I didn't
Okay,
even
no, we
realize.
had the edgelord the entire time. I was bitchy. You were thirsty, and and that was a strong silent one that was leaning into it.
Edgelord? Who was the Edgelord? I'm curious.
I mean,
The blood oath must be paid. is what I heard.
No, not Blood Oath will be paid. I was killing someone in the name of Bloodbath because I was I was so
that's not
frustrated that I
helping your
missed that
point.
first
This is
hit
just
that the anger came
not
over me
fair.
and I yelled it out as I screamed and killed it. You know, I got
When
very
I get
intense with it.
angry, I swear like a regular person. I don't monologue.
Well, you know what?
I'm still in
I
character. hold
murdered
on.
it. I helped save us all. You know, I contributed. Okay. So maybe we should be a little more thankful for my edginess that led towards the death of our enemies so that we may thirst on their souls.
I just want to clarify. So you admit it. Checkmate.
Are you implying I'm edgy just because my name is Clarit
No,
Lotus?
you literally said my edginess. You admitted the
edgy-
thing I accused you of after dismissing what I said.
Whatever, I get results done.
Checkmate.
oh my god.
The only thing sharper than my edge is the edge of my blade as I cut into the enemies. As fire erupts from their wounds to scald their compatriots to murder them.
Yeah, that's kind of cute.
I just stare
Every-
and I kill things. I'm like, okay.
Every gay friend group. Edgy, bitchy, thirsty, and doesn't talk. Oh, mood.
Wait, you guys are gay? What?
Wait, there's gay people here? What? So I dropped a link to everyone who you should be following because they are all guests here. Lou, you can't. Lou's just here. Well, welcome to Lou's new home.
I'm trapped in this painting. I can't get out.
You're not trapped in the painting. No, the painting is the vessel from which you can communicate with the VTuber world.
Sure, is that what you want to tell him?
Yes, you're a flesh tuber connecting to the VTuber world.
Don't say
Tuber.
flesh tuber.
I
That's
love flesh
It's just
Oh,
I am
tuber.
a flesh tuber.
Man, look
A
how
very
crazy.
advanced 3D model.
Have you guys noticed how good flesh tubing is? Look at all the facial animations Lou's able to do. Look at this range of motion he's
quality.
got. It's crazy. Man, look at all
How
the
much did that model
expressions.
cost? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, how much did that?
Did you get it from the art gun?
Well, I think it cost his parents like a couple beers, maybe a vodka cranberry, you know.
No, stop!
I think it cost the parents a lot more than that. Just a guess. Just a guess.
Just get things going, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
It was in the production
Hey,
stage for
hey.
a couple months.
Listen, everyone. DiceTubers is going to be a once-a-week thing that happens right here at twitch.tv/Voxandra. It'll be usually at 8 p.m. Eastern. We had a late start due to well, I was on a plane, and then before the plane took off, they were like, "JK, we're not taking off
You
yet."
should have been more considerate to the plane people.
The winds in the sky should have been more considerate towards my plans. Okay, that's the real issue. They put me back like 2-3 hours. Okay.
That's fair, that's fair.
Oh no, you can hear the accent coming out.
Hey, what? Just because you think I get upset, the accent comes out? Is that what you're trying to say about me? What, this fucking skank-ass bitch comes here onto my street and starts saying, "No, look,
let
an
us
accent came out." Well, you got a problem with my accent coming over here? You're
You
a
are
guest
the
here in
reason
my
why I
study.
You were the reason why I picked up a Boston accent / Brooklyn accent. One of those. Damn, Christopher Walken over here.
Oh,
God damn it. This video was brought to you by the power and the support of the mighty executive gamers, who are known as Adam Admar, Greenlow, as well as the licensed gamers, who go by the names of Aaron Bunny, Gaijin, Lissa, Madam Melody. Let it also be known that these gamers, they are certified gamers. Do you also wish to become a gamer who is certified? Head on over to patreon.com/Voxandra to pledge your support today, and you can become a gamer who is certified.